Chapter 2641. Zhao Qiren belonged to the primitive emperor race, and the imperial bloodline in his body allowed him to wield an extremely strong power. This time, when he rushed towards Chen Shang and was still a distance away from him, he punched out towards Chen Shang, releasing a cold wave. Most of the primitive humans here used their power to fight. Only the primordial spirit race and primitive emperor race knew how to convert their power into natural power to attack from afar. Right now, Zhao Qiren was the same, releasing a burst of cold qi. When rushing over, the ground around Chen Shang was covered with ice. When the cold air hit Chen Zhang's body, Zhao Qiren was elated. He thought that he guessed right. Chen Shang had been injured by him just now, and he had already arrived in front of Chen Shang to throw a punch at Chen Zhang's face. The instant Chen Zhang's fist arrived, he dodged with a turn of his head. At the same time, he smashed towards Zhao Qiren's abdomen with a palm. Boom! When he struck out with his heaven-blasting palm, the shaking power caused all the ice on the ground to shatter. The shaking power spread into the ground, causing the entire plaza to shake and the nearby ground to crack even more. This wave of heaven-blasting palm was produced by Chen Shang using the thick and profound primitive Dao power through the 10 layers of the profound door. Although Zhao Qiren was a member of the imperial family and his body was very strong, after taking the blow from Chen Zhang's heaven-blasting palm, he vomited a mouthful of blood, and his clothes were torn apart as well. His skin was leaking blood continuously, and the 7 orifices on his face were bleeding. Humph, not even one hit. After Chen Shang finished speaking, under everyone's surprise, he released another heaven-blasting palm. This time he was afraid it might hit Zhao Qiren's head. Bang! With that palm, Zhao Qiren's head exploded like a watermelon. It was extremely bloody. Rue. Following that, Chen Shang struck his body consecutively multiple times with all his might. Waves after waves of berserk palm force tore Zhao Qiren's body into pieces, shaking the entire ground. To think that this alien had such a terrifying power, it was something that even the primordial spirit and imperial clans present could not believe. Everyone was dumbstruck. This was because this alien had slain an imperial clan. The primitive emperor races were all extremely noble people in this primitive sacred land. Normally, they rarely lost their lives, and the last time someone from the D clan died was many years ago. But now, an imperial bloodline clan member had actually died in front of so many imperial clan members, and in fact, in a miserable manner. Many people simply couldn't believe that a powerful imperial bloodline clan member would be so weak in front of an outsider like this. Just as everyone was shocked, Ling Yuanguan had already rushed over. Chen Shang was his slave. Killing the D clan was already a huge disaster to him. He had to kill Chen Shang with his own hands, otherwise, if he continued to blame himself, it would be very troublesome. Ling Yuanguan's speed was extremely fast. He was just at the other end of the plaza a moment ago, but had already rushed over in the blink of an eye. After arriving, he took out that black-colored long rod. The moment the black rod appeared, it immediately smashed towards Chen Zhang's face. Just as it was about to hit Chen Shang flashed strangely, and then, he grabbed the black rod. Ling Yuanguan's strength had far surpassed his imagination. He was very clear that Chen Shang wasn't that powerful 3 months ago, but he was now this much stronger than before, and he was very suspicious. Just what had this alien experienced in the past 3 months, for his strength to actually increase so frighteningly? Just as Ling Yuanguan was panic-stricken, he suddenly felt something locking his body in place, preventing him from moving. It was the power of the spatial laws that Chen Shang had absorbed from the Dao God Soul. Bastard, I'll let you hit your father. Now, I'll let you have a taste of the power of this stick. Chen Shang sneered, and then fiercely smashed the rod towards Ling Yuanguan's face. When the long rod landed on Ling Yuanguan's face, Ling Yuanguan immediately screamed miserably like a pig being butchered, and a new cut appeared on his cheek. HMPH, I'll let you hit me. Chen Shang madly whipped Ling Yuanguan, causing Ling Yuanguan to scream miserably. His throat was hoarse and his head was beaten black and blue. Everyone watched with trepidation. Even 2 of the emperors were unable to defeat this kind of outsider. Haha, primitive Supreme Lord suddenly laughed out loud. Wronger, this outsider is really amazing. Pulling a carriage for us is the most appropriate choice. Let's see how I can tame him. When Chen Shang heard the voice, he immediately threw out a fire cloud palm towards Ling Yuanguan. Although the palm image he produced was small, when it smashed into Ling Yuanguan's body, it released a large circle of fire. When the flame burst out, it covered an area of several hundred feet. The flame rose high into the sky, affecting the audience. Alien, don't be so arrogant. Let's see how this emperor will subdue you. Primitive Supreme Lord's voice came over, he waved his hand at the flames, and a gust of wind swept over, sweeping away all the flames. When everyone saw this, they immediately shouted out, talking about how mighty the great emperor was. Primitive Supreme Lord had his hands behind his back, looking down at the world arrogantly, as if Chen Shang was an ant in his eyes. Kneel, Primitive Supreme Lord said coldly, his voice was filled with power. Chen Shang clenched his fists. The Primitive Supreme Lord was indeed very strong, and was not someone he could handle right now. Kneel your ass. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he teleported to the area of the D clan's seats and threw the 6 realms mirrors out. The 6 realms mirrors was currently in a very small shape, only the size of a palm. After Chen Shang threw it out, under his control, he stuck it closely on the abdomen of that wronger. This wronger is Primitive Supreme Lord's fiancé. Primitive Supreme Lord also didn't think that Chen Shang had such a miraculous ability and instantly went up there. And when he went over, Chen Shang was already behind wronger. The moment wronger saw Chen Shang, the 6 realms mirrors had stuck itself onto her abdomen, preventing her from moving at all. And in the next moment, Chen Shang was already standing behind her. Bastard, what are you going to do to wronger? Primitive Supreme Lord's forehead was immediately filled with veins. In your eyes, I'm just a carter, but I, the carter, want to taste the emperor's gentleness. Chen Shang laughed wildly, then fiercely kissed that noble and cold wronger, revealing her sexy lips. This caused the Primitive Supreme Lord to be enraged. The power unleashed by the explosion spread out in all directions, causing the imperial clans beside him to cough out blood, and the entire plaza to shatter into pieces. I'll take your wife, haha, I will definitely treat her gently. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he controlled the 6 realms mirrors to keep wronger inside, and threw a handful of the God Eclipse powder out. After hearing the waves of screams, he didn't even look at the people who were hit by the God Eclipse powder, and immediately teleported away. The fact that Chen Shang was able to use his spatial energy made him like a fish back in the water. He easily left the plaza and arrived at the underground chamber that Wan Yushang had locked up in within a few moments. Chapter 2642. What's wrong? Why is there an earthquake outside? Seeing Chen Shang coming over, Wan Yushang anxiously asked, there is still a very fearful aura. It's nothing, I just snatched Primitive Supreme Lord's fiancé away. Chen Shang snickered and used a white tiger leaping into the iron cage. He grabbed Wan Yushang and then used the white tiger leaping out of the cage. Wan Yushang took a deep breath and said in surprise, in such a short period of time, you entered the Dao Sovereign Realm. It's really powerful, and it's even able to use the power of space. Quote. Of course, what shocked Wan Yushang the most was that Chen Shang had actually snatched away Primitive Supreme Lord's fiancé. Rumble rumble rumble, a shaking sound could be heard. It was obviously the anger of the Primitive Supreme Lord. Senior, let's go. The primitive sacred land isn't safe right now. Chen Shang pulled Wan Yushang and consecutively teleported away from the primitive sacred land. They arrived at a forest outside the primitive sacred land. Wan Yushang was still feeling the anger of the Primitive Supreme Lord. It seems that you really did kidnap the Primitive Supreme Lord's woman. At this moment, her cold and arrogant jade face was filled with anger. She had been forcefully kissed by Chen Shang, and even Primitive Supreme Lord didn't dare to kiss her. Wan Yushang was also an old cunning fox. Seeing wronger's expression, he knew that Chen Shang must have done something. Lin Zirong, long time no see, do you still remember me? Wan Yushang laughed. You old bastard, who exactly is this bastard? I must kill him, Lin Zirong shouted in anger. Chen Shang did not expect Wan Yushang to recognize her, so he quickly asked, what is the background of this woman? Primitive Supreme Lord is very respectful to her. Quote. Her father is the old Primitive Supreme Lord. Her father went to the passage of the myriad gods abyss, and wanted to enter there. But before he went in, his father gave me the Emperor seal. Wan Yushang said, only some people do not believe that I stole the Emperor seal, HMPH. Wan Yushang actually had such things happening within the primitive sacred land. It could be seen that his relationship with the Primitive Supreme Lord was very good. So she is the daughter of the Primitive Supreme Lord. If she was not a Primitive Supreme Lord, why did she let that guy be the one to do it? Chen Shang walked over and pinched Lin Zirong's cold and beautiful face. It was extremely smooth, and she couldn't help but use her hands to touch it. Lin Zirong couldn't move at the moment, he could only allow Chen Zhang's hands to wreak havoc on her face. This made her hate him so much that blood dripped from her heart, and she wanted to bite off Chen Zhang's body and eat him. That fellow is called Zhao Yu, and his father was previously the right-hand man of the primitive Supreme Lord. Because he was engaged to Lin Zirong and because his strength was not bad, he was bestowed the title of primitive Supreme Lord, but many people do not recognize him. Quote, "It's mainly because there are no Emperor Seal." Wan Yushang chuckled, took out a rock and said, "This thing is a Emperor Seal, but no matter how you look at it, it doesn't look like it. Old bastard, quickly return the Emperor Seal to me. That was left by my father." Lin Zirong shouted in anger. "Little girl, you're too inexperienced. We were tricked by Zhao Yu, that bastard. Did he tell you that if he obtained the Emperor Seal, he would give you the phoenix feather from his Zhao clan?" Wan Yushang laughed. "So what if I am? I just want the phoenix feathers of his family. Only with the phoenix feathers, I will be able to fly into the passage of the myriad gods abyss, enter the divine wasteland and find my royal father, and then kill this scoundrel who blasphemed against me." As Lin Zirong spoke, he was still happily rubbing her smooth face. "Chen Shang, can you promise me one thing?" Seeing how Chen Shang treated Lin Zirong, Wan Yushang could not bear to do so. "Tell me about it." Chen Shang finally let Lin Zirong go. Seeing that Chen Shang finally moved his hand away, Lin Zirong immediately scolded him. "I have some relationship with her father, don't make things too difficult for her, definitely don't make things difficult for her, that's it." Wan Yushang said. "I just kissed her on the mouth. Is that okay?" Chen Shang laughed. Hearing his words, Lin Zirong's heart was once again set ablaze with anger. She kept cursing Chen Shang, but she kept cursing him was only a hooligan, a bastard, a bad guy. Well, it should be fine. The reason why she did not marry Zhao Yu was only because Zhao Yu did not find the Emperor Seal. Wan Yushang threw the Emperor Seal to Chen Shang and said, "Let me gift this to you, I don't know what use it has." "I don't think there's much use in that, otherwise the old primitive Supreme Lord wouldn't have given it to me." Quote. Lin Zirong laughed coldly, "Only I know how to use Emperor Seal, and Emperor Seal have intelligence, and only the Emperor's mandate can use them. If that Zhao Yu doesn't have that kind of life, will you have one?" Quote. This was only a black stone, and it was very irregular. This kind of stone could be seen everywhere, no matter how you looked at it, it wasn't an Emperor Seal. Chen Shang took the stone and walked to Lin Zirong's side. He pinched her chin and revealed a sinister smile. "Little girl, quickly tell me what this Emperor Seal is used for. If you don't say it, I will torture you to death gently." Quote. You dare, didn't that old bastard already tell you? He is close to my royal father, so don't make things difficult for me. Lin Zirong suddenly started to worry. If Chen Shang dared to forcefully kiss her mouth in front of so many people, he must be able to do everything. "Yes, but I didn't agree." Chen Shang chuckled. "If you don't cooperate, then don't blame me for being impolite." What are you trying to do?" Lin Zirong saw Chen Shang taking off his belt. "I need to pee." Chen Shang had just said these 3 words when she shrieked in pain. Even though she was cold and elegant, she had never been treated like this before. "Lin Zirong, hurry up and tell him." Wan Yushang sighed. "I said, but you have to promise to let me go." Lin Zirong thought about it and said, "How can we do that? It wasn't easy for me to catch a beauty like you, so I couldn't bear to let you go. Forget it, it's better that I don't know the secrets of the Emperor Seal." Chen Shang laughed sinisterly. "You need to be clear, you do not have the qualifications to negotiate with me." "Bastard." Lin Zirong cursed in his heart, and said, "I'll tell you if I tell you, but you won't be able to play any role with the Emperor Seal, even my royal father won't be able to use the Emperor Seal." Wan Yushang frowned. "No wonder he gave me the Emperor Seal, it's useless." Lin Zirong gave a light snort. "Only those with Emperor's mandate will be useful. The black color on the Emperor Seal has become black after being soaked in too much blood." Quote. Chen Shang looked carefully, and said, "Seems like it. Could it be that it was refined using fresh blood?" Chapter 2643. Of course not, that was something my royal father tried to do when he collected the blood of all the people of the Overlord realm, because the Emperor Seal will only react if it touches someone's blood. Lin Zirong said, "In the past, my royal father had already secretly tried to use my blood, but there was no response. Therefore, it's useless for Zhao Yu to have obtained this thing." Chen Shang looked at Wan Yushang, feeling a little doubtful. "Then why do you want to do it so much?" And you even used his family's phoenix feathers to exchange with you. This thing is just a broken rock. Quote, HMPH, Emperor Seal is not a broken stone. In front of my royal father, there were 100 primitive ancestors, and one of them used the Emperor Seal to create this primitive sacred land to beat back the many experts who came down from the myriad gods' abyss. Lin Zirong coldly snorted. Wan Yushang exclaimed, so the rumors were true. The primitive land does have 100 ancestors, and every time they went through a round of destruction, one of them would die. But in the end, one of them was extremely powerful, blocked that destructive force, and even killed many experts from the divine wasteland. Quote, Elder Wan, try and see if there's any reaction. Chen Shang handed the stone over. Wan Yushang immediately dripped blood on it, but there was no reaction at all. No matter how I look at it, this old fellow doesn't seem to have the will of the emperor. It's normal that he doesn't react, even though Zhao Yu is a bit more arrogant. After all, he is the person with the most emperor's fate after my royal father, but there is still no reaction to his blood. Of course, he does not know about this. If I had told him, he definitely would not have agreed to give me the phoenix feather. Quote, Lin Zirong laughed coldly, don't think that I don't know that Zhao Yu married me for the sake of the emperor. If he brought along the Emperor Seal, then he would be able to sit firmly in primitive Supreme Lord, and the subordinates of my royal father back then would also listen to his orders. With the phoenix feather, I can really fly? Chen Shang asked. Of course. Back then, there was a phoenix that came down from the myriad gods' abyss and engaged in a great battle with its ancestors. Although it lost in the end, it was able to escape in time, and even dropped a huge feather. Lin Zirong said, right now, I will wear it on Zhao Yu's body. Chen Shang suddenly thought of the little vermilion bird he released previously. At that time, he felt that it was strange too, but now that he heard Lin Zirong's words, he understood that all the heavenly beast birds could fly here. Lin Zirong, although you are proud and arrogant, you look quite good. You are also a daughter of the primitive Supreme Lord. You really make me feel better. How about this, if you obediently become my female slave, I can give you a few sets of phoenix feathered clothes. How about that? Chen Shang laughed. Dream on, how could the phoenix feathered robe be that good? Lin Zirong snorted, you only know how to brag. Chen Shang shook his head and sighed, I'm serious right now, I know a phoenix, she is already considered my wife, so I can ask her to give me some feathers to make a phoenix feather coat. Quote, you can't even fool a kid who plays with sand with a lie like that, and you want to trick me. Do you take me for an idiot? Lin Zirong looked at Wan Yushang and said, old man, do you believe his words? Wan Yushang looked at Chen Shang, shook his head, and nodded. Then he laughed bitterly, I don't know either, but don't you think this brat is very powerful? To capture you in front of Zhao Yu, and then save me. Quote, Lin Zirong was right, what Chen Shang did was really unbelievable. Even now, she still could not understand how Chen Shang did it. Chen Shang looked at the Emperor Seal in his hand and muttered to himself, what a strange thing, there's a ball of gold inside, I wonder what that thing is, what kind of power does this Emperor Seal have? HMPH, no matter how powerful you are, it's not yours. You don't have Emperor's mandate. Lin Zirong said from the side, let me go quickly. Otherwise, if my royal father comes down from the myriad gods' abyss and finds out about this, he definitely won't let you off. Chen Shang ignored her and took out his heavenly magic sword to cut his own finger. A drop of blood fell and dripped onto the black stone. The stone still did not respond. Haha, Lin Zirong laughed loudly, I already told you that you don't have an emperor's mandate, but you didn't believe me. If you really have the imperial mandate, so what if you are a female slave? However, how could someone like you possibly be someone with emperor's mandate? Quote, oh, don't go back on your word. Chen Shang smiled slightly. What is it? Didn't you just try it? Look, even the Emperor Seal in your hand didn't react. Do you really think you can do it? No matter how much blood you drip, it won't work. Lin Zirong said. Just as she finished speaking, she saw another drop of blood flowing out from the place where Chen Zhang's finger was cut, but not long after that drop of blood came out, it turned golden and started to shine with a gold-red glow. This is the golden blood of a Tao God, why is it that you, kid, have such a dense amount of Tao God gold blood? Wan Yushang cried out in shock. He himself had managed to cultivate the Tao God gold body, but it was only an extremely faint gold color. As for Chen Zhang's golden blood of the Tao God, it was indeed a thick golden color, and it was also emitting a golden red blood aura. Seeing the golden blood on Chen Zhang's fingertips, Lin Zirong was also stunned. This is the God Emperor's blood. Quote. The golden blood on Chen Zhang's fingertip had already dripped onto the Emperor seal, and immediately, a golden light exploded out from the Emperor seal's body. That blinding light caused Wan Yushang and Lin Zirong to close their eyes, because that light caused them to feel too much pain, as if their eyes were about to be blinded. On the other hand, Chen Shang was fine. He saw that the thing on the surface of the stone was falling off, and the black color was a solidified blood clot. It had been accumulating for many years already, which caused the Emperor's seal to become a black stone. After shedding, Chen Shang saw a small imprint made of gold and jade. He quickly grabbed it and looked at it carefully. The imprint had a dragon carved on it, and on it sat a golden jade dragon, looking lifelike. Chen Shang grabbed the little golden jade dragon on the back of the Emperor's seal and firmly imprinted it onto the ground. Roar! A muffled dragon's roar suddenly sounded out, and then the surrounding mountains started to collapse, and the ground began to undulate up and down like the surging waves of the sea. Chen Shang took his 6 realms mirrors and teleported away with Wan Yushang. After leaving the forest far behind, Chen Shang put Wan Yushang and the 6 realms mirrors down. The green forest formed by the hundreds of thousands of mountains just now had already been razed to the ground. This is the power of the Emperor's seal. Chen Shang exclaimed, looking at the small and exquisite golden jade seal. He liked it more and more, because the power was too terrifying. How did you get the imperial mandate? It's impossible, you are a rascal like you, it's impossible for you to get the Emperor's seal's approval. Lin Zirong shouted crazily, as if his entire world had been turned upside down. Chapter 2644. Chen Shang had already seen the power inside the Emperor's seal before, and the power was similar to the power of Dao God Gold body, so he had used his own Dao God Gold blood test. He did not expect it to actually succeed, and this also made him very happy. Perhaps you are destined to become my slave. Did your words just now count as true? Chen Shang smiled and caressed Lin Zirong's jade face that was filled with shock. Don't think about it. I was just saying it. Don't you know that a woman's words aren't real? An arrogant woman like Lin Zirong would definitely not willingly become Chen Zhang's female slave, not to mention that she had only said those words just now. It's fine, since you're in my hands, you'll follow me for the rest of your life. I have plenty of time to teach you. Chen Shang laughed, then patted her jade face. Elder Wan, what are your plans now? Wan Yushang had once entered that forbidden grounds, he was sure that he knew some of the secrets there. Chen Shang planned to have him lead the way, to go in and investigate. Anyways, the area around primitive sacred land is not safe. Just now, when you used the Emperor's seal, you created such a big commotion, that someone would be coming over very quickly. Furthermore, you captured Lin Zirong now, so Zhao Yu will definitely search for you everywhere no matter what. Wan Yushang replied, it's better to stay far away from this place for now. Chen Shang looked at Lin Zirong and said, Elder Wan, I plan to enter the forbidden grounds to have a look. How much do you know about the interior? Wan Yushang was shocked, and shook his head. You better not go, the primitive sacred land's forbidden area is no longer the same as before. There is a big problem with the forbidden area, there seems to be something hidden inside. Lin Zirong also anxiously shouted, that's right, the old fellow is right. It is extremely dangerous in the forbidden grounds, the few experts from our imperial clan that entered have all died. Why is this happening? Chen Shang frowned, because there was a path that led to the myriad gods abyss in the forbidden grounds. He wanted to return to the natural law world through that path, and he wanted to know how the natural law divine realm was doing right now. Thus, no matter how difficult it was, he had to give it a try. He couldn't just die here, as he had his friends, family, and his beloved woman in the natural law world. Don't ask me, I don't know either. In short, don't go in now. Once you enter the forbidden area, it will be very difficult to come back. There is a terrifying force gathering inside right now. Lin Zirong advised. Of course, if you want to go in, don't bring me along, I don't want to die with you. Chen Shang shot a glance at her, and said, don't worry, I will definitely bring you along. You are currently my female slave. Who asked you to have such a cheap mouth, making me a carter? HMPH, now do you know how strong I am? Quote. Then, that is Zhao Yu's business, what does it have to do with me? Quickly release me, don't bring me into that life-threatening place. Lin Zirong said, unless you have the phoenix feathered robe, otherwise, only death awaits you when you enter. I can safely enter without using the phoenix feather robe. In short, I've decided to enter. Chen Shang said, in any case, since I'm dead, I have you to accompany me. What am I afraid of? Bastard, you scoundrel, smelly scoundrel, quickly release me. Otherwise, if my royal father comes back, I will not forgive you. Lin Zirong started to curse loudly. With you in my hands, now that your royal father is back, what can he do to me? Chen Shang laughed and rubbed her jade face. You better behave, or else I'll cover your mouth. Chen Shang licked his lips, trying to kiss her. Thinking back to how she was forcefully kissed by Chen Shang, Lin Zirong was immediately enraged in her heart. Her jade face immediately became frosty, and her teeth itched with hatred. So you're going in now? Other people might die, but I don't think you will. Wan Yushang said. No, I plan to get rid of Lin Ting first. After that, I want to return to my usual place and find someone I know. Chen Shang said, he planned to return to the Ji tribe to bring Ji Yulin away. Ji Yulin was such a good woman, he did not want Ren Xin to stay here, and planned to bring her back to natural law world. Alright, let's go and kill Lin Ting first. Wan Yushang also hated Lin Ting very much. Do you want me to go with you? No need, I'll do it myself. Elder Wan, you can go to a place first, I have a friend there. Chen Shang told Wan Yushang the location of the tribe. Although this Wan Yushang was an expert above Divine Wasteland, because he had been trapped here for so many years, his strength had weakened greatly, and Chen Shang did not want him to take the risk. Wan Yushang and Chen Shang parted ways. He had to stay away from the primitive sacred land to prevent himself from being captured again, because he did not have Chen Zhang's powerful spatial strength. Before he left, he had even instructed Chen Shang to take good care of him. Chen Shang sealed Lin Zirong inside the 6 realms mirrors and then left this place. The primordial spirit race had a mysterious method that could easily track him. He teleported to a barren mountain and took out the 6 realms mirrors. Shirong, how did you primitive people find out that I'm from another world? Chen Shang asked while rubbing Lin Zirong's face. Cold beauties like Lin Zirong liked to touch this kind of face the most, especially when they saw the anger all over Lin Zirong's face. Bastard, don't call me so affectionately. I don't even know you. Lin Zirong shouted in anger. Why aren't you familiar with it? I've already kissed you. Chen Shang laughed. Quickly tell me, or else I will strip you of all your clothes. Elder Wan is not here, I dare to do anything. You, how can you go back on your word like that? Didn't you promise Elder Wan that you wouldn't do anything too excessive to me? You must keep your promise. Lin Zirong was suddenly afraid, especially after seeing the look in Chen Zhang's eyes. You already said that I'm a scoundrel, and a scoundrel like me, how could I keep my promise? Chen Shang laughed, touched Lin Zirong's earlobe, and then, placed his hand on her back, slowly slid down. When Chen Zhang's hand had reached the small of her back, she shouted out, I'll speak, hurry and stop. That's more like it. Chen Shang laughed, and kissed her cheeks. This made Lin Zirong angry in his heart again, and wished for nothing more than to cut off Chen Zhang's mouth. Our primal clan all has a primal core within. This primal core can release a formless energy. We can usually sense whether the other side has this kind of primal core or not. Lin Zirong replied, but there aren't any foreigners, so I can tell with a glance. So that's how it is. At this moment, Chen Shang was using the Dao Heart Eye to look at Lin Zirong's chest. On top of Lin Zirong's chest, there was indeed a ball of golden light. Chapter 2645. Lin Zirong saw that Chen Shang was staring at her well-developed chest in a daze, causing her to clench her teeth. She was terrified, afraid that Chen Shang would pull her out completely and then do that kind of thing to her. Your primordial Dan is in your heart? Chen Shang asked. Well, you can see it. Lin Zirong was a little surprised. She did not tell Chen Shang where the primordial orb was. Chen Shang suddenly pressed her hand on Lin Zirong's chest, causing her to scream out loud. She was currently seated on a 6 realms mirrors, and could not move at all. You scoundrel, what are you doing? Hurry up and take your hands off me, I'm going to kill you. Lin Zirong's ice-cold face was filled with panic. If you continue to call me that, I'll really skin you alive. Chen Shang laughed, then activated the devouring magic Kung Fu and absorbed a bit of the primordial internal pill's energy. Lin Zirong also felt that a little of the original core's power had been lost. This did not have any effect on her, and she did not cry out. What are you doing? You can directly absorb the power of my original pellet. Lin Zirong was very surprised. The man in front of him was just too powerful, he had all sorts of tricks up his sleeve. Heh, just watch. Soon, I will also become an emperor. Chen Shang laughed, then took out his Chuangshi God furnace, and placed it inside the pill furnace after absorbing the power from the ball of him. After he refined and used the crash, the power of the primordial inner core became much stronger and it was also extremely pure. After he took out a pellet from the Chuangshi God furnace, Lin Zirong's face was filled with astonishment. This is the primordial energy that only ancestors can possess. How did you do it? Lin Zirong was shocked. Chen Shang swallowed the pellet, then kept it in his dantian, preventing it from melting. How about now? Do I still have the presence of a foreign cultivator on me? Chen Shang asked. There's nothing left, but why did the aura just now become weaker? That is something that only our ancestors possess. However, the aura that you are emitting right now is also that of an imperial clan. Lin Zirong shook her head. What Chen Shang had done had given her too much shock, until she felt like she was in a nightmare. If Chen Shang was to enter the primitive sacred land, if he was a foreigner, then even if he had changed his appearance, he would still be recognized. Therefore, the first thing he had to do was to imitate the aura of the primordial clan members, and then he would be able to stay inside. Very quickly, Lin Zirong understood the reason for this action. She had already seen Chen Shang turning into an old man. This way, she would not be discovered when he entered the primitive sacred land. Alright, I will enter the primitive sacred land now. Chen Shang put away the 6 realms mirrors and teleported into the primitive sacred land. Everyone inside knew that Lin Zirong had been captured, and by some outsider at that. What made everyone talk the most was that before Lin Zirong was captured, he was forcefully kissed by a foreign cultivator, and it was in front of Zhao Yu, the primitive supreme lord. And Zhao Yu still hadn't caught that person. At this time, many people from the D clan were searching for Chen Shang. Many spirit race warriors loyal to the D clan had also joined in. After Chen Shang asked around, he finally found out about Lin Ting's situation. Lin Ting was a spirit race, but he was doing things for the D clan, and they were searching for him. When Lin Ting first sold him, Chen Shang was still holding his breath. He was walking on the streets looking for Lin Ting, and now, Lin Ting was also searching everywhere. Before, Chen Shang was very curious about the beast crystals inside, but now he knew what they were. They were coins made from beast pills, and they contained energy that could be used to cultivate. All of you, stand to the side. Don't block us. A shout suddenly came from the distance, and everyone moved out of the way. Boom, boom, the sound came from the main street as if there was a heavy and ferocious beast running wildly. Indeed, on the other side of the street, a middle-aged man was riding a huge black lion. When Chen Shang saw that the person riding the black lion was really Lin Ting, he was overjoyed. Then, he stood in the middle of the street and revealed the aura of an imperial clan inner core. Sensing this aura, Lin Ting, who was about to swing his whip over, instantly became terrified. Although he was one of the stronger spirit races and had also performed meritorious deeds, he did not dare to offend the D clan. He immediately stopped the huge black lion. Master, what are you doing? Lin Ting anxiously walked down from the black lion and bowed as he asked. Humph, did you want to hit me just now? Chen Zhang's cold voice caused Lin Ting's heart to tremble. He was drenched in sweat. He had indeed brandished his whip, wanting to break Chen Shang apart, but luckily he suddenly sensed the aura of the imperial family, otherwise he would have definitely lashed out ruthlessly. Since the emperor has summoned us, I am in a hurry. Please forgive me, Lin Ting anxiously said. Oh, why did the emperor summon you all here? Chen Shang asked curiously. I don't know, just say that it's urgent. Lin Ting immediately said. Chen Shang took out a black rod. It was precisely Ling Yuanguan's pole, and when Lin Ting saw the pole, he was immediately shocked, because he knew who the owner of the pole was. There was only one person in the entire primitive sacred land who had a rod, and that was Ling Yuanguan. However, Ling Yuanguan had already died, and his stick had been taken away by a foreign cultivator. Lin Ting reacted and channeled his energy, but the black pole in Chen Zhang's hand had already hit his head. Ah! Lin Ting screamed out. He had only heard of the power of the rod, and knew that it was extremely painful, but this was the first time he had felt it for himself. Bastard, do you know who I am? I killed you, bastard, but you tortured me. The rod in Chen Zhang's hand continued to hit Lin Ting. Lin Ting really wanted to say something, but under the continuous slaps of the rod, he could only scream miserably without stopping, unable to say a single word. Furthermore, the power that he was channeling in his body was being dispersed by the power released by the rod. He was unable to exert any strength. "I'll beat you to death." Chen Shang hit Lin Ting from head to toe, and the people on the street only watched. After all, they were beat up by the people from the D clan, and it was even a very arrogant guy, which was something they liked to see. Chen Shang did not hold back when he was hitting it, and now that he felt the power of the rod, he felt that the rod was definitely not made by someone from the primitive sacred land, otherwise it would not be so powerful. Especially when he was furiously whipping, the rod would extract the primitive Tao power from his body as if it had a mind of its own, and then use the strange power inside the pole to transform into a kind of power that would cause extreme pain to a person but would not kill them. Lin Ting had already fainted from the pain, and seeing that it was about time, he swallowed all of Lin Ting's memories and threw them into the Chuangshi God furnace, setting it on fire. Chapter 2646. After Chen Shang dealt with Lin Ting, he strutted on his black lion and rushed forward. As he ran, he changed into Lin Ting's appearance. Ibdu summoned all these people, not because of the capture of me, but because of some other important matter. What is it? Chen Shang learned it from Lin Ting's memories. He rode on his black lion and quickly arrived at the primordial imperial palace. In a huge plaza inside the imperial palace, there were also many strong warriors from the spirit race. Chen Shang came here to greet his subordinates and friends according to Lin Ting's memories, then he joined the team. Zhao Yu flew over from afar. He was wearing a phoenix feather robe. He could fly anywhere he wanted, so when they saw him flying, they couldn't help but feel envious. Now, Chen Shang also somewhat understood why Lin Zirong was so desperate to obtain the phoenix feathered robe. No one could fly here, no matter how strong the force was. They were suppressed by a surge of energy, causing them to be unable to fly in the air. They could only hear the method of jumping, but there was a huge difference in how they flew. Ladies and gentlemen, we will temporarily stop searching for that outsider. One of our Zhao clan elders guarding the forbidden area saw a ball of fire suddenly appear. After the ball of fire dispersed, a phoenix appeared. Zhao Yu said. "So, the most important thing for you to do now is to catch that phoenix." Was also very surprised that there was actually a phoenix coming out of the Myriad Gods Abyss's tunnel. The Myriad Gods Abyss was the passage through which the Divine Wasteland came here, so it was not strange that the Divine Wasteland had Divine Phoenix sect. However, why would they come here? When Zhao Yu was speaking earlier, he purposely sent his voice into the Six Realms mirrors to let Lin Zirong inside know. After Lin Zirong heard it, he scolded inside the Six Realms mirrors. "Zhao Yu is also a bastard, he actually didn't think of finding me quickly. You bastard, quickly let me out. I want to catch Phoenix too." Lin Zirong shouted. "Don't even think about it. The Phoenix is very strong, and it can fly. It's already good enough that you can see the shadow of the Phoenix." Chen Shang laughed. "However, as long as you become my female slave, I will agree to give you the Phoenix feather clothes. But it will have to wait for me to return first. There is a Phoenix in my world, moreover, it is very familiar with me." "Stop boasting. Only a piece of trash like you would know the Phoenix." "I don't believe it." Lin Zirong thought that it was impossible for Chen Shang and the Divine Phoenix to know each other. Zhao Yu then continued, "As long as we can find the Phoenix, if I can catch it, I will use the Phoenix feathers to make the Phoenix feathered clothes as a reward. With the Phoenix feather clothes, they would be able to fly, so everyone here had decided to risk their lives to find that Phoenix." "Alright, let's start now. The Phoenix isn't in the primitive sacred land and it has already flown out. But don't worry everyone, we won't be able to find it. The Phoenix that descended from the Myriad Gods Abyss and rushed out of our forbidden grounds was injured by the power of the forbidden grounds." Zhao Yu said again, "Everyone, you may leave now." With that, everyone rode their mounts and rushed out of Imperial Palace, fighting to be the first to rush out. "Hurry up and let me out, I'm going to find Phoenix." Lin Zirong shouted. She also wanted the Phoenix feather, which was also why she agreed to be engaged to Zhao Yu. "How can Zhao Yu obtain something like the Phoenix?" Chen Shang snorted. While running, he teleported away from the Black Lion's back, and arrived outside primitive sacred land. Right now, he didn't have the strength to kill Zhao Yu, so he definitely could not let Zhao Yu obtain the Phoenix, otherwise, if Zhao Yu obtained it, it would be like adding wings to a tiger. It's not easy to find a Phoenix either. This place is so big. Chen Shang could only teleport around and release countless vermilion birds that were as small as mosquitoes at the same time. Right now, he was only sitting on top of a large tree. He closed his eyes and began to handle the scenes that the million little vermilion bird was watching. This was quite exhausting because he still had to use his spatial energy to sense the little vermilion bird. Of course, he was now a Tao sovereign. This was not a difficult task for him, and he could only slightly nod his head in response. Pitiful wrong, are the powers in the Forbidden Grounds very strong? Being injured by the power inside, and being able to quickly fly out of the forbidden area, what kind of power is this? Chen Shang asked. He wanted to confirm the phoenix's strength. It means that the phoenix is very strong. Coming down from the myriad gods' abyss, it would have suffered heavy injuries, and right now, a terrifying power appears in the Forbidden Grounds. As long as it senses the presence of life, it would begin to attack. Lin Zirong said, "You let me go, let me look for Phoenix. I'll write off the matter between us, okay?" Quote. "I don't trust you," Chen Shang said. "You must believe me this time, I won't go back on my words this time. I really want to go find the Phoenix, I really want to leave the myriad gods' abyss to find my royal father." Lin Zirong sighed softly. My royal father also didn't think he could leave the myriad gods' abyss either. After he left, he never returned, he was my only family. In order to find him, I even decided to sacrifice my own body to get the phoenix feathered robe from Zhao Yu. Chen Shang thought for a while, then took out the 6 realms mirrors and unsealed it, allowing Lin Zirong to come out. Lin Zirong was very strong. Once she was released, she released a very terrifying imposing manner. She held onto the jade money tightly, and then waved her hand, wanting to beat Chen Shang. Hey, you said to write off this promise. You have to keep your promise, or else the next time you land in my hands, I won't be polite anymore. Chen Shang laughed. How about you make a bet? Once you make a move, will I be able to catch you again? Lin Zirong bit her lips tightly, and snorted. In Chen Zhang's hand was an emperor seal, she knew how powerful it was, and she was not confident at the moment. Moreover, Chen Shang had many tricks up his sleeve, she was able to be captivated by him the last time. HMPH, at least you have a conscience. Lin Zirong gently snorted. Right now, she felt that Chen Shang was not really that bad, that he had captured her without doing anything out of the ordinary, just touching her face was something insignificant. Of course, she still kept the matter of Chen Shang forcefully kissing in her heart. Eldest miss, do you know how much suffering I had to endure for an alien to be captured and beaten up like a savage beast? I didn't do anything that offended your primitive sacred land and was sold as a slave. If it wasn't for me being able to become stronger in a short period of time, I don't even know how long I would have been tortured. Quote. When Chen Shang talked about this matter, he was still very angry. Now, you have also experienced this kind of feeling, right? The haughty Lin Zirong had indeed experienced it and felt very uncomfortable. She did not say anything else. I'm going to look for Phoenix now. Everything from the past has been written off. The next time you see me, you don't have to hide from me. After Lin Zirong finished speaking, he jumped off the thick branch and started running on the ground like a bird. Chen Shang teleported around again, releasing a large amount of little vermilion birds to a wider area. Chapter 2647. Chen Shang planned to first find the phoenix before returning to pick Yuanfeng and the others up. At that time, he would enter the Forbidden Grounds with them and see if he could return to the natural law world. He had been looking for the phoenix because he didn't want Zhao Yu to succeed. If Zhao Yu was able to capture the phoenix, his strength would increase by leaps and bounds. After a few days, Chen Shang released a few million little vermilion birds, which were all flying high in the sky. They all flew at a certain distance, covering an extremely wide area, and he believed that he would definitely be able to find the phoenix. Chen Shang was also surprised at the phoenix's strength. It was actually not in the vicinity of primitive sacred land. That phoenix could actually travel so far in such a short period of time. Chen Shang then realized something through the little vermilion bird. It was currently dusk, the sky slowly darkened, and a flame suddenly appeared in the sky. Seeing this flame, Chen Shang was sure that it was a phoenix fighting. A phoenix was a fire-type bird. When fighting it would usually release a strong flame. I've finally found it. Chen Shang controlled the little vermilion bird to get closer, in order to see it clearly. This way, he would be even more certain that there really was a phoenix there. The little vermilion bird quickly flew over, and looking down from high up in the sky, Chen Shang saw the phoenix as expected. Phoenix's body was currently not very big as she continuously flapped her wings and released waves after waves of flaming tornadoes. Those primitive Emperor race and Spirit race clansmen who wanted to get close to her were blown away by the flaming tornado, and those who did not have time to defend were burnt to ashes by the advancing flame energy. Chen Shang immediately teleported over. He could still impersonate a primitive being at this moment, so no one noticed him when he blended into the crowd. What he did not expect was that he actually saw Lin Zirong, who was fighting shoulder to shoulder with Phoenix. This woman is quite strong, to be able to fight Zhao Yu to a standstill. Chen Shang was shocked. He felt that releasing Lin Zirong last time was really too dangerous, and if Lin Zirong really wanted to attack him, he didn't know if he could withstand it. Lin Zirong was fighting with Zhao Yu, making it impossible for Zhao Yu to deal with the Phoenix. Although the Phoenix was injured, its power was frightening, capable of fighting against a group of people alone. What's going on? Why was the aura of the Phoenix so familiar? Don't tell me it's from Snowflake. The last time he was in the Spirit Desolate Land, he encountered Shui Ying, who had received the legacy of the ancient Phoenix. At that time, Shui Ying had already become an extremely powerful Phoenix. These Heaven's Path divine beasts are improving too quickly. Chen Shang sighed in his heart, and immediately transmitted to Shui Ying, "Shui Ying, is that you?" "It's me, Chen Shang, you are really here, we are all missing you." Shui Ying immediately responded. "It's really you again, what are you doing here? How are you doing? Is he injured?" Chen Shang asked anxiously. "Isn't it because you've been missing for dozens of years? We were very worried, and then Lianfei calculated that you were here. After we asked the Great Manor Lord, he said that the birds and heavenly beasts are the only way down." Shui Ying said, "I'm injured now, but you don't have to worry about me." Unexpectedly, Natural Law World had been here for dozens of years. Chen Shang sighed, and this wasted 10 more years of his time, but since Shui Ying was here, it meant that Natural Law World's situation wasn't too bad. "Alright, I'll prepare to ambush that bastard, then you can go back to your human form and be with that woman. I'll bring you guys to escape together," Chen Shang said. I understand. Tell me when you attack," Shui Ying said. Chen Shang was looking for a chance, and at the same time, he used up a lot of energy and gradually gained the upper hand. Lin Zirong was suddenly stabbed with a sword, and then sent flying by Zhao Yu's palm. "Lin Zirong, you slut, you actually want to snatch the Phoenix from me? Who do you think you are if your father is not here? If it were not for Emperor Seal S, I would definitely kill. Zuying, I'm going to take action." Chen Shang immediately sent a sound transmission to Shui Ying, and then teleported behind Zhao Yu. Summoning his Emperor Seal, he imprinted it onto Zhao Yu. A dragon's roar came surging forward. Golden light exploded from the surface of the seal. A tiny golden dragon flew out. Although it was small in size, it was still imposing and roared non-stop. God, this was the Emperor Seal, although this was the first time he had seen it, but he had heard of its power before in the books. Although the Emperor Seal was able to release a lot of power, but Zhao Yu was indeed someone who was able to inherit the position of primitive Supreme Lord, and was actually able to resist the mighty Emperor Divine Dragon Qi. His hands were currently pushing the golden ball of air, which had a dragon head roaring non-stop. Chen Shang took out the 9 soaring sky divine sword and teleported behind Zhao Yu. At the same time, he released the sealing formations inside the 6 divine mirrors, and a sealing power shot out from the mirrors. Zhao Yu immediately felt like he couldn't move, and his strength was gradually weakening as well. "It's you." Zhao Yu knew it was Chen Shang, and shouted in alarm and fury. "It's me, I'm here to send you on your way." With a wave of Chen Zhang's 9 clouds divine sword, Zhao Yu's head was separated from his body, and his head was kept inside the world creation furnace. His body was also enveloped by the Emperor Seal's power, turning into pieces. So powerful. After Chen Shang killed Zhao Yu, he suddenly felt more than 10 powerful auras surging over, causing him to feel a pressure that felt like the sky had fallen on him. He guessed that these must be those old fellows of the primitive emperor race, powerhouses of the same generation as Lin Zirong's father. "Let's go." Chen Shang had used a little vermilion bird to follow Shui Ying and the others just now, so he could teleport over with that little vermilion bird. Shui Ying and Lin Zirong were both injured, but the situation was not too bad. "Hurry up, the primitive emperor race has brought over a dozen strong old fogies." Just as Lin Zirong finished speaking, Chen Shang appeared in front of them. "Scoundrel, it's you." When Lin Zirong saw Chen Shang, his face turned white. "Run, this bastard is very bad." When Shui Ying heard it, she giggled and rolled her eyes at Chen Shang. You always like to bully girls. Lin Zirong was startled. From Shui Ying's words, it was obvious that she knew Chen Shang, and their relationship was very good. Let's go. Chen Shang laughed helplessly, grabbed Shui Ying and Lin Zirong and teleported far away from primitive sacred land with just a few steps. Chen Shang brought the two girls to a beautiful place. Lin Zirong had been stabbed once, and his body still had Zhao Yu's power wreaking havoc. Shui Ying looked at Lin Zirong's injuries and frowned. Can you force yourself to come out? That power is too weird, I can't force it out. Quote. This is the power unique to that bastard, Zhao Yu. It's extremely difficult to heal him now that he's injured. Lin Zirong cursed. Shui Ying looked at Chen Shang who was sitting by the side of the river and shouted, Scoundrel, come look at her injuries. Chen Shang walked over, pinched her face, and laughed. Shui Ying, your master is my woman, you calling me that is not respecting your elders. Shui Ying was wearing a white dress. Her long hair hung down to her chest. She was elegant, and her body emitted a faint aura of power. Unknowingly, she gave off a noble and powerful feeling. Even Lin Zirong did not dare to look straight at Shui Ying, he did not expect Chen Shang to directly pinch his face. Mad demon kneeling face. Lin Zirong looked at Chen Shang fiercely, and snorted lightly. Chapter 2648 Phoenix Love. Phoenix Love, had heard Chen Shang say before that he knew of the phoenix. At that time, she didn't believe him and said that Chen Shang was just bragging, but now she believed him. What surprised her the most, was that Chen Shang was actually the man of the Phoenix Master. Lu Qiren was Shui Ying's master, and also Chen Zhang's woman. Shui Ying had already known this since a long time ago, and she herself had some kind of indescribable emotion towards Chen Shang. Alright, you saved me again. Help her. Of course, Shui Ying could tell that Chen Shang and him had grudges, and anxiously urged, as it was not Chen Zhang's first time saving her. When Shui Ying was being attacked, Lin Zirong suddenly appeared to help her, which made her extremely grateful, so she was very concerned about Lin Zirong right now. No need, I just need to endure for a while to recover from this kind of injury. Lin Zirong said. Anyway, he doesn't like it. Chen Shang squatted down and touched her arm, only to see her screaming in pain. Is there really a need? Are you sure you can do it? Right now, she was wreaking havoc in Lin Zirong's body. As long as he touched her body, the energy in her body would become active, stimulating her body like needles, causing endless pain. Lin Zirong clenched her teeth. That kind of pain had indeed made her feel fear, and if this continued, even a slight movement on her own would cause her to die from the pain. Then what can you do? Lin Zirong asked. Chen Shang, since you're so powerful, you must have a way, right? Shui Yingyi frowned slightly. She wanted to wipe the perspiration on Lin Zirong's jade-like face, but Lin Zirong's face was in pain. She did not cry out because it was the phoenix that was wiping her sweat. Of course I have a way. Chen Shang held Lin Zirong's hand, then channeled his devouring magic Kung Fu and sucked the energy out. Lin Zirong thought about the matter of Chen Shang absorbing the power from her primordial orb. If Chen Shang could do this, it would definitely be possible. Will you be okay after absorbing this power? Lin Zirong suddenly became worried and asked softly. Lin Zirong, why are you so concerned about me? Chen Shang giggled. Humph. Lin Zirong snorted. Don't expect me to be your female slave. She was a phoenix, so her regeneration ability was extremely powerful. As long as she could rest for a while, she would be able to recover. Zuying, what's the situation up there? Chen Shang asked. After I entered the heavenly evil world, when I returned, I was thrown into the evil heaven abyss, falling into this damned place. I never thought that it would be decades since I've been here. The time is different. This is a relatively higher level world. Shui Ying said. Everyone is worried about you, although it was difficult for the heavenly evil world guys to attack us, but in the end we endured them. Now that the two worlds have completely merged together and are in a peaceful period, there are actually quite a few small fights. In short, they will still fight in the end. Quote. While speaking, Chen Shang had sucked out the power from Lin Zirong's body, causing his complexion to improve a lot. Thank you. Lin Zirong suddenly did not feel that Chen Shang was that detestable anymore. Just as she was thinking about that, Chen Shang rubbed her face. You scoundrel, go to hell. Lin Zirong pushed Chen Shang away and scolded her. Shui Ying chuckled on the side. Your name is Shui Ying. I never thought that a phoenix could turn into a human and become so beautiful. Lin Zirong looked at Shui Ying and revealed a very sweet smile. Chen Shang was very surprised that the usually cold and arrogant Lin Zirong would actually treat Shui Ying with such gentleness. Now that she had started to smile sweetly, she looked like a completely different person. You can just call me Zuying. You're called Xiao Rong. Shui Ying also smiled at Lin Zirong. Why do you know this guy, and you're on such good terms with him? This bastard is really annoying. Lin Zirong looked at Chen Shang. He saved me before. If it wasn't for him, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to sit here right now, and my master is his wife. Shui Ying said. Just as Shui Ying finished speaking, she cried out because she saw Chen Shang suddenly take out a head. Seeing the head, Lin Zirong also shouted, his face was filled with shock. Since Zhao Yu's head was actually in Chen Zhang's hands, it meant that Zhao Yu was already dead and had been killed by Chen Shang. This guy's memories cannot be devoured. Chen Shang tried to understand more about the primitive emperor race, but he did not expect it to be successful. You actually killed Zhao Yu. Lin Zirong took a deep breath. How did you do that? This guy is amazing. Quote. Emperor Seal. Chen Shang laughed. No wonder. The Emperor Seal is indeed terrifying. In addition to your crafty plan, it is no wonder that he died. Lin Zirong said. Shui Ying said. Chen Shang, you have been here for some time, right? You've actually become so strong. It's only because I inherited the ancient phoenix's legacy, ate some pills, and trained for a few decades that I reached the 10th stage of the Dao Sovereign Realm. In the hundreds of flowers village, I've progressed quite quickly. Who am I? What's so surprising about that? Chen Shang said. He caressed Shui Ying's face. You inherited the ancient phoenix's legacy, you must have suffered a lot, right? But you've improved so much in such a short period of time. You must have suffered much more than me. Compared to you, I'm nothing at all. Shui Ying said. As he said that, Chen Shang held Shui Ying in his arms. Shui Ying also enjoyed Chen Zhang's embrace, which made Lin Zirong feel uncomfortable looking at it. It was obvious that Chen Shang was showing off to her. Chen Shang, once I've recovered from my injuries, I'll bring you back. You want to come with us? Go to our world. Although your world is also quite nice, those people don't seem to welcome you. Shui Ying said. Lin Zirong looked at Chen Shang, and said in a low voice, I have a grudge with this guy, and you all seem to be treating him well. I'm worried that I'll be bullied in the future. Do I look like such a petty person to you? Furthermore, didn't we write off all of them previously? Chen Shang laughed. Shui Ying pinched Chen Zhang's chest, and pouted, you little scoundrel, you definitely took advantage of me. It's nothing, just a kiss, and a kiss in front of her fiancé. You still have my fiancé's head, do you want to compensate me? Lin Zirong curled his lips. Didn't I treat your wounds just now? If it wasn't for me, you would definitely be grieving for the rest of your life. Chen Shang chuckled, how about, you be my female slave? Shui Ying did not say a word. She only let out a light sigh, then laid in Chen Zhang's warm embrace, closed her eyes and recuperated from her injuries. Seeing this, Chen Shang couldn't help but kiss Shui Ying's small mouth. Shui Ying was shocked as she opened her eyes. After struggling for a while, she closed her eyes and continued to cooperate with Chen Shang. Chapter 2649. Lin Zirong watched on resentfully from the side, especially when she thought about how he had forcefully kissed her earlier. Even though fury surged up in her heart, when she saw the current appearances of Chen Shang and Shui Ying, she didn't know why but for some reason, her heart felt an indescribable yearning. This guy is really, before, he was still very weak, but after 3 months, he became so strong. He ate his master, and now that he's cooking with his disciple, he's truly a bad guy. Lin Zirong thought. A short while later, Shui Ying struggled free from Chen Shang. After that, he hugged Chen Shang and softly said, I'm about to heal my injuries, I want to quickly recover and bring you back. Master and the others are really missing you. Take good care of yourself. Chen Shang tenderly embraced Shui Ying in his arms, caressing her beauty as he sucked in the intoxicating fragrance from her body. Xiao Rong, the old guys in your primitive emperor race are really scary. If I hadn't left quickly, I might have been caught by them. Chen Shang said. Isn't that so? They are all from my father's generation, and most of them are from the Zhao clan. Lin Zirong said softly. She was worried that if her voice was too loud, it would disturb Shui Ying's recovery. She treated Shui Ying very well and was very gentle. Hey, after killing Zhao Yu, what about his body? Lin Zirong was very concerned about Zhao Yu's body, because there was a phoenix feather coat on top of his body. There's nothing left. It's completely destroyed. The Emperor Seal's power is just terrifying. Chen Shang said, didn't you want that phoenix feathered robe for the sake of flying? You can come to our world and fly however you want. Really, Lin Zirong could not believe it, because she had never heard of such a thing before, but how do we fly? Quote, when the time comes, Shui Ying will teach you. It's simple, and with your strength, you can be considered very strong in our world. Chen Shang said. Alright, I've decided to go with you to that world then. I apologize to you here, and you even got your revenge on me. After you return to your world, you are not allowed to bully me. Lin Zirong said seriously. It was a rare occasion for the proud and arrogant her to lower her head and admit her mistake. Whatever. Anyway, the person who directly harmed me was killed by me. Honestly speaking, if it wasn't for your beauty, I would have asked you to be my female slave. I would have already killed you. Chen Shang laughed. HMPH, big scoundrel. Lin Zirong scoffed, do you really need female slaves that badly? As your female slave, you will definitely be bullied to death. Who said I would bully them to death? Right now, I have 2 little maid on me, they are doing well, and are carefree all day. As Chen Shang said this, he let Yang Shangyan and Chu Hongqing out. This was also the first time Chen Shang released Yang Shangyan and Chu Hongqing since arriving in primitive land. Looking at the 2 beauties in front of him, Lin Zirong could not help but curse in his heart. She did not think that Chen Shang would actually hide 2 women. Shang Yin, quickly play a song. Chen Shang laughed. Understood, master. Yang Shangyan immediately took out his zither and played a beautiful tune, making the healing Shui Ying even more comfortable. Especially Lin Zirong, who was stunned listening to the zither music. This was the first time she heard it, so she did not have this thing with her. After hearing it, Lin Zirong couldn't help but exclaim in admiration. Only now did she know how ignorant and ill-informed she was, and she couldn't understand why such an outstanding girl would become someone else's female slave. Hee, I have 4 female slaves, and 2 in the world above. They can all be considered my wives. When you go there in the future, you will get to know them. Chen Shang laughed. Lin Zirong stopped talking, and only looked at Yang Shangyan. Then, he asked a little embarrassedly, can you play a song again? Of course. Yang Shangyan laughed sweetly and continued to play. Just like this, Yang Shangyan flicked his fingers many times, while Chu Hongqing stayed at the side to concoct pills. Only at night did Shui Ying recover. At this time, Chen Shang also let Yang Shangyan and Chu Hongqing enter the Yuyao Mountain Villa. Are we going to that world now? Lin Zirong asked. She was already impatient, because Chu Hongqing had told her a lot of things about that world today, which made her very curious. She had been in the primitive land since she was young, fighting and killing all day. No, I need to find 2 people first. Chen Shang said, they are all my friends, and also, there's also a woman. When I first fell into this world, I was saved by that woman. Quote. Then let's go now. The time here is different from the time above. The longer we stay here, the faster the time passes. Shui Ying said. How about this, all of you enter my divine sense sea world, it will be more convenient for me to move out by myself this way. Chen Shang said. Alright. Shui Ying knew that Chen Zhang's Yuyao Mountain Villa was extremely beautiful and nodded. Lin Zirong also nodded in agreement. Shui Ying had already agreed to it, and Yang Shangyan was also there. She really liked listening to Yang Shangyan play the zither. After Shui Ying and Lin Zirong entered the Yuyao Mountain Villa, Chen Shang immediately teleported to there. After more than 2 hours, he arrived at Ji tribe, where many were sleeping, while Chen Shang teleported to Ji Yulin's stone room. Who is it? Ji Yulin sensed something and suddenly woke up. As he spoke, he took out a blade from the bedside and slashed towards Chen Shang. Yulan, it's me. Chen Shang dodged anxiously and laughed. How did you get in? Ji Yulin was very surprised. She did not know that Chen Shang knew about the power of space. It could be said that she had never even heard of it before. It's a long story. Chen Shang said, Yulan, I've found a way to return to my hometown now. Are you coming with me? Ah, really? Ji Yulin was a little surprised, but when Chen Shang asked her this question, she also hesitated, because there were many children and her father here. Why don't you consider it? I'll go to the Zhang clan to find my friend. Chen Shang said. Chen Shang, why do you want to bring me along? Ji Yulin had helped her so much before, and he was also a very strong man. His relationship with her was also very good, so she had a good feeling that it was impossible for her to not have any feelings for Chen Shang. I think I'll see you more often. Chen Shang sighed. If I think about how you and I will be in two different worlds in the future, I feel very uncomfortable in my heart. In your world, do you have many women? Ji Yulin asked again. Yes. Chen Shang did not hide from him. I knew it. Ji Yulin bit his lower lip. Then are you coming with me? Chen Shang was indeed unwilling to part with Ji Yulin, but he would not force her. Follow me. Ji Yulin threw himself into Chen Zhang's embrace and said softly, I'm leaving with you, you better not abandon me in the future. How could I? Chen Shang laughed. Ji Yulin had already planned to go hunting with Chen Shang, but Chen Shang didn't let her go later on. Now, she really wanted to know what Chen Shang had experienced during this period. Chen Shang told Ji Yulin everything about the primitive sacred land, allowing him to have a certain understanding of the world he resided in. Just as the sky was about to turn bright, the ground suddenly shook, and the sounds of horns could be heard from within the tribe. There's an intruder, Ji Yulin anxiously said, let's go out and take a look. When he came outside, he saw a strong white horse with a body emitting a holy white light, surrounded by the Ji tribe warriors. This is the primordial holy horse, Ji Yulin said in shock. Chapter 2650. When Chen Shang saw that horse, he immediately used the Dao Heart Eye to look. He discovered that this horse was not simple, there was an extremely strong divine golden blood flowing in its body. This was a horse that had cultivated the Dao God gold body. What is the primordial holy horse? Chen Shang asked quickly. Legend has it that it's the mount of the guardian god of our tribe. I always thought it was a legend, but I didn't expect it to be true. The moment this horse appears, it means that something big is about to happen, said. She had also heard Chen Shang talk about the primitive sacred land before, so she thought that their legendary guardian was related to the primitive sacred land. But from the looks of it, their guardian god had nothing to do with the primitive sacred land. Now, only the primal holy horse came. Where is your guardian god? Chen Shang looked around. What else did the legends say? This primitive land had always been restricted and strong. Because of his power, he had been annihilated a few times. Now that the horse had appeared here, Chen Shang was extremely worried. If that destructive force suddenly descended, he did not know if he would be able to escape. Legend has it that every time a primitive holy horse appears, it will go to each tribe. It's like letting all the tribes know that the guardian deity only appears after they've made preparations. Just as Ji Yulin finished speaking, a pair of snow-white wings suddenly appeared on the primal holy horse. He then flapped his wings and flew away in the blink of an eye. According to what Ji Yulin had said just now, the primordial holy horse had gone to another tribe. It can actually fly. Chen Shang was shocked. He thought that only the heavenly beasts of birds could fly inside, he did not expect that the horse could do the same. The sudden appearance of the primordial holy horse made the entire Ji tribe extremely nervous, as it meant that a great calamity was about to befall upon them. Chen Shang, let's not leave for the time being, okay? Ji Yulin said, we'll talk about it after the guardian god arrives, is that alright? Chen Shang also wanted to see the guardian god. He nodded, okay, I'll go to the Zhang clan first. Yuan Feng and Wan Yushang were both in the Zhang clan, so they might know more. Ji Yulin nodded his head, and then teleported to the Zhang clan. Yuan Feng had his own small mountain here, and Chen Shang was brought to the entrance of a mountain cave. Chen Shang immediately teleported in, and saw that there were 3 people inside. Other than Yuan Feng and Wan Yushang, Yuan Xin was also inside. Big brother Yuan Xin, I've finally met you. When Yuan Xin was still Earth's core divine spirit, she took care of Huo Lin, so Chen Shang had a lot of respect for him. Yuan Xin grinned and immediately let Chen Shang take a seat. Wan Yushang, Yuan Xin, Yuan Feng and the rest were chatting quite a bit. This was probably the reason why they had come into contact with the natural law divine lord before. Chen Shang, what did you gain from primitive sacred land? Wan Yushang said. Chen Shang reaped quite a lot of benefits from his stay in primitive sacred land, so he only chuckled and didn't say anything. By the way, do you know about the primordial holy horse? Chen Shang asked. Of course I know. That horse just came here. I didn't expect the transcendence to have a guardian god. Yuan Xin said. That horse is very strong. Even I can't compare to that Dao God gold body. Wan Yushang exclaimed, this is only the mount of that guardian god, but it's already that strong. I wonder just how strong that guardian god is. I thought you guys knew about that guardian angel. I was preparing to return from Myriad God's abyss, do you want to go back with me? Chen Shang asked. Hearing Chen Zhang's words, Wan Yushang shook his head. He felt that Chen Shang would not be able to do it, but Yuan Shin and Yuan Feng were looking forward to it. They knew that Chen Zhang's ability was not weak, so they thought that Chen Shang would be able to do it. There's a problem with the primitive land now, otherwise the guardian god would not have appeared so suddenly. There are a lot of problems in the forbidden grounds of the primitive sacred land. If you go in now, you will undoubtedly be seeking your own death. Wan Yushang shook his head. Senior, a friend of mine just came down from Myriad God's abyss to find me. She is a phoenix, Chen Shang said. She said that we can go back from there. Really? Then let's go now, Yuan Feng said. He did not want to continue staying here, because being unable to fly made him feel extremely uncomfortable. Wan Yushang said in shock, oh, the phoenix. Really, somewhere, quote. She is resting in my divine sense sea world. However, she did suffer some injuries when she came down, so the situation in the forbidden area is very bad. I plan to go investigate first, Chen Shang said. There was a knock on the door. Elder, we are going to see the guardian god. Are you coming with us? The chief of the Zhang clan knocked on the door. We're coming now, Yuan Feng said. They were all very curious about the guardian god, so they naturally went to take a look. The sky was already bright. Chen Shang and the others followed the people of the Zhang clan and left the mountain. Under the lead of the Zhang clan's clan leader, they arrived at an open grassland. There, several other tribes had already gathered. Chen Shang had already seen Ji tribe and waved back. Strange, why hasn't the Zhou tribe come? Chen Shang looked around. The very arrogant Zhou clan was not there. The Zhou tribe has committed many evil deeds. They should be removed from the list, the Zhang clan head said. Chen Shang counted a total of 15 tribes that had almost 100,000 people, which was not a small number. The guardian god is here, a person suddenly shouted. A golden light streaked across the sky, the ancient sacred horse immediately flew over, and a white-bearded old man appeared on the ancient sacred horse. Everyone immediately bowed, bowing towards the guardian deity. What a powerful strength, Wan Yushang said in a low voice. Amongst the divine wasteland, this can be considered to be the stronger one. Why would they appear in this primitive land? Yuan Feng and Yuan Shin were not weak, so when they felt the aura of the guardian god, they were as shocked as Wan Yushang was. The old man slowly descended on the ancient sacred horse. He smiled to everyone and said, please come with me. The guardian god rode on the ancient sacred horse and slowly walked in front. Everyone followed him closely. After walking for a while, they suddenly disappeared from the plains. However, Chen Shang, Yuan Feng, Yuan Shin and Wan Yushang were still here. What's going on? Chen Shang looked around. Just now he had only sensed an extremely weak power in space. All of them suddenly disappeared. None of you are from the primitive land, so you don't need to enter that place to seek shelter. The guardian god suddenly appeared on his sacred horse, smiled and said, you are preparing to return to your original world, right? Chapter 2651. Yes. Is the place of refuge special? So we can't go in there? Chen Shang asked. Ji Yulin had also gone in. He had planned to bring Ji Yulin away. The guardian god looked at the sky and sighed. After they enter, they will gradually sink into a deep slumber. They will wake up when the destructive power of the primitive land is back to normal, and at that time, I will modify their memories and make them forget something. Lord Guardian God, I promised a friend of mine that I would bring her to my world, and she has already agreed. Chen Shang said again, can you let her follow me out of primitive land? Oh, if she really wants to, I won't stop her. What's her name? The guardian asked. Ji Yulin. After Chen Shang finished speaking, the guardian god closed its eyes and Ji Yulin soon appeared by Chen Zhang's side. Chen Shang. Ji Yulin immediately pulled Chen Zhang's hand. She was extremely worried that she did not see Chen Shang when she went to the place they had taken refuge. Senior, why are you in primitive land? Are you from there? Wan Yushang asked. No, I am the primal god, and also the guardian of this place. I am responsible for protecting the most primitive race here. The primordial goddess replied, I will not interfere in other places' matters. What about the primitive sacred land? There are a lot of primitive people in there too. Chen Shang asked. The majority of them are descendants of people exiled from the divine wasteland many years ago, which is something that happened many years ago. Therefore, these people have always been thinking about counter-attacking the Divine Wasteland, which has a huge conflict with the Divine Wasteland, and the Divine Wasteland has also periodically taken care of this group of people. It's just that, during this period of time, I don't know what problems have occurred in the Divine Wasteland, but the effort to clean them up has weakened. When Chen Shang and Wan Yushang heard it, they were very surprised. They never thought that it would be like this. No wonder the D clan and Spirit clan were so different. Alright, you guys better take care of yourselves. It's best for you to quickly leave the primitive land, because a great disaster will soon befall this place. Even the primitive sacred land might not be able to withstand it. With that, the guardian god disappeared. What a mysterious fellow. Chen Shang looked at Wan Yushang and the others, and said, I am now preparing to enter the primitive sacred land's forbidden grounds, preparing to return. Have you guys made your preparations yet? Yuan Feng and Yuan Shin both took out a golden chest and laid inside it. It's ready, we just need to lie here, chance will fall into a deep sleep, you just need to load the box into your storage magic treasure, if necessary, throw us out. After Yuan Feng finished speaking, he closed the lid on the box. Wan Yushang also had a box like that. They said the people of natural law divine lord, these things looked very sturdy, as though they were used to protect their lives. Chen Shang placed the 3 chests into a quiet place in Yuyao Mountain Villa. Yu Lan, you can enter my divine sense sea world. Inside, my little maid will accompany you and there are also some children. You can play together with them. When you can come out, I'll let you out. Chen Shang said. Ji Yulan nodded, and then entered the Yuyao Mountain Villa. Chu Hongqing and Yang Shangyan immediately received her, since there were many small dragons inside, and Ji Yulan wouldn't feel lonely. Of course, Chen Shang had sternly warned Lin Zirong before to tell her not to bully Ji Yulan. Seeing Chen Shang letting a woman in, Lin Zirong was secretly surprised in his heart. Chen Shang actually could even get hold of this kind of woman from the primordial clan. Shui Ying had already rested well. She wanted to be together with Chen Shang. Her current strength was not weak. Let's go to the forbidden area now, Chen Shang said, and then, holding on to Shui Ying's jade hand, they teleported into the primitive sacred land. Under Shui Ying's guidance, he quickly approached the forbidden grounds. The barrier of the forbidden grounds was getting stronger and stronger. What made Chen Shang alarmed was that there were many strong auras here, and these auras were what he sensed when he killed Zhao Yu. Those old guys are all here. Why are they here? Chen Shang immediately asked Lin Zirong who was inside the Yuyao Mountain Villa. Lin Zirong was chatting with Ji Yulan, but hearing Chen Zhang's question, his face changed uncontrollably, and he said, if it's really like this, then there's only one possibility, it's that the myriad god's abyss is preparing to send down the destructive force. It should have arrived long ago. I did not expect that I would be here right now, and have to leave quickly, if not it would be troublesome. Suddenly, a strong pressure came over. Chen Shang was startled and immediately teleported Shui Ying to Yuyao Mountain Villa. Who is it? With an explosive shout, a powerful golden light shot out. With a thought, the 6 realms mirrors gushed out of his chest. Facing towards the front of the mirror, the lump of golden light hit the mirror and rebounded back. Although Chen Shang was not hit, that ball of power was extremely terrifying. After being hit, his entire body was sent flying, and luckily he could use his spatial energy to teleport. Right after he teleported, several balls of light shot out and several experts attacked him at the same time. That was close. Chen Shang used the white tiger to jump and enter the enchantment. At this time, the strong warriors were all outside the enchantment of the forbidden grounds. Chen Shang guessed that they would not come near. After Chen Shang entered the barrier, a few old men suddenly appeared outside, looking inside with a serious expression. Just what is the background of this person? He is able to use spatial force under the seal of the primitive land's code. It should be that guy who killed Zhao Yu. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to escape our range the last time. No matter who he is, if he enters the forbidden area now, he will undoubtedly die. We need to quickly reinforce the spirit formation, otherwise, if that power is used, we will also die. After Chen Shang entered the barrier, he did not immediately release Shui Ying because the environment inside was extremely vile. Waves after waves of powerful and destructive energy continuously flooded over. This power came from the same direction. Could it be that someone came down from Myriad God's abyss? Chen Shang was currently approaching that direction, and with the protection of the 6 realms mirrors, that energy was unable to do anything to him, but in order to defend against the terrifying energy, the 6 realms mirrors had absorbed a large amount of primitive Dao power from his body. An hour later, he finally saw the passage to Myriad God's abyss. It was a gigantic black vortex in the sky, flickering with gray light. The huge whirlpool was like an evil beast opening its mouth, wanting to swallow everything on the ground. Chen Shang could not help but exclaim in surprise. Shui Ying had come down from the inside, so it could be seen how much pain she had to endure. Chen Shang tried to move his spatial energy. Could it be that because the environment is too harsh, only Shui Ying can fly up? Chen Shang could not bear to see Shui Ying flying up through the air under that attack. Chapter 2652. Shui Ying kept requesting to come out because she knew that Chen Shang was already in Myriad God's abyss. Chen Shang had no choice but to release Shui Ying. He saw that Shui Ying's entire body was emitting a golden light, as he was about to turn into a huge phoenix. Wait, Chen Shang immediately shouted. We have to hurry, we can't drag it out any longer. Shui Ying also knew that he had to leave the primitive land quickly or else he would be affected by the energy. Shui Ying, can you release a pair of wings and fly up while in human form? Chen Shang asked. Shui Ying frowned, then said, I'll try. She did not turn into a phoenix, but instead released a pair of gigantic and beautiful phoenix wings from her back. She flapped her wings, and was able to withstand the immense pressure as she flew up. Chen Shang took out the 6 realms mirrors and said, sit on this piece of stone and fly up, then fly up. Shui Ying and Chen Shang sat on the 6 realms mirrors while the 6 realms mirrors released a protective shield around them. I wonder if we can fly smoothly. Shui Ying was also unsure, but after she flapped her wings, she could slowly fly. In order to increase her speed, she had allowed her wings to grow bigger. Right now, she was only using them outside the 6 realms mirrors as protective shield. Her body was the one that was directly harmed the most, and right now her body was being protected by the 6 realms mirrors. She was completely fine. Just like this, Shui Ying fluttered his enormous phoenix wings, and flew into the enormous black vortex with Chen Shang. The purple-colored lightning and tyrannical flame energy swirled around the vortex, but it had no effect on Shui Ying. This caused Chen Shang to be extremely shocked. Shui Ying's defensive power was strong, and even he did not dare to face such an injury. Her wings were continuously attacked, but it did not affect her flying speed at all. If we go up directly, will we be able to reach the divine wasteland? Chen Shang asked. Yes, but my current strength is not enough. When we're halfway there, we will rush out and return to the natural law world. Shui Ying smiled sweetly at Chen Shang. I thought that I would have to go through a lot of trouble when I went back, but I didn't expect it to be so easy. Of course, seeing Shui Ying's sweet smile, Chen Shang could not help but kiss her beautiful lips. Halfway through the flight, Shui Ying's expression became serious, prepare to rush out from here. After she said that, she flew to the lightning wall at the side of the whirlpool. After she rushed over, Chen Shang felt that they were falling. What is this place? Heavenly evil world? Chen Shang was shocked. He immediately absorbed a bit of the qi, and as expected, he extracted a bit of evil spirit force from it, and they entered the heavenly evil world. And when they came in, they made a lot of noise. Such strong spatial fluctuations must have alarmed the evil spirits inside. Shui Ying, are you all right? Chen Shang saw Shui Ying's pale face and asked anxiously. I'm fine. I was injured when I came in, so I'll be able to recover soon. Shui Ying shook his head, and revealed a smile. It's good that I can bring you back. Chen Shang felt a few waves of evil aura approaching and he immediately threw out the 3 golden boxes. Hurry up and come out. There's a fight going on. Chen Shang shouted. Yuan Feng and Yuan Xin were not weak, and with Wan Yushang, who came from the divine wasteland, it would be easy for them to deal with the strong evil demons here. Kid, go back to the natural law world first. We'll play here first, Yuan Feng shouted. With Wan Yushang as his new little buddy, he was completely confident, and wished that he could drag the evil god mountain out with him. Shui Ying was severely injured, and Chen Shang was in a hurry to bring her out of heavenly evil world. He rode on the 6 realms mirrors and used the power of space to quickly teleport away. After the heavenly evil world and the natural law divine realm merged together, the space became even more sturdy and the entire world became even more vast. Chen Shang had teleported for less than half a day and yet, he still hadn't teleported to the Hundreds of Flowers village. Chen Shang could not help but scold, but he had already reached a place without evil spirit, where the scenery was beautiful. Great Landlord said that natural law world is constantly expanding, and every day it is growing bigger. Furthermore, I have now swallowed all of Sacred Wasteland, that's why it is so big. Shui Ying's face regained some color, allowing him to feel more at ease. Chen Shang, there is a fire attribute mountain nearby. Quickly, bring me there. Shui Ying pointed in a direction. All right. Chen Shang rode on his 6 realms mirrors and quickly reached the mountain. The trees on this mountain were all red leaves, brimming with a fire attribute aura. This mountain must have obtained a lucky chance. That's why I was able to cultivate the fire laws. The rocks on this mountain contain a rich amount of fire Tao energy. If I were to dig a cave here, I would be able to heal my wounds a bit faster. Shui Ying was a phoenix that could be reborn from the fire. Chen Shang immediately dug a cave and carved a stone room inside. Shui Ying sat inside, and then closed her eyes. In just a moment, she was enveloped by a large blaze that burned her. Chen Shang watched from the side. Shui Ying was currently very hot, but he did not sense any heat at all. Heavenly beasts are indeed different. These talents are all natural. Chen Shang sighed to himself. Shui Ying was not only recovering from his injuries, he was also cultivating. After half a day, the flames on Shui Ying's body gradually disappeared, and at this moment, her body was completely white, her body was shining with a sacred light, her clothes had already been burnt to ashes, revealing her beautiful jade-like body, causing Chen Shang to secretly take a deep breath. Little scoundrel, what are you looking at? Shui Ying blushed and pouted. With a flick of her finger, she shot a ball of flame at Chen Shang. Chen Zhang's entire body was set on fire, all his clothes were burnt. You're really smart to take off my clothes like this. Chen Shang laughed. Where did I get that? I just wanted to. She was indeed only trying to tease Chen Shang with her flames. She did not expect Chen Shang to not dodge but instead let her clothes be burnt by the flames. While Shui Ying was speaking, Chen Shang had already teleported in front of her, hugged her, and kissed her. The bashful Shui Ying released a ball of flame, wrapping Chen Shang and her inside it. Then, the two of them started to become intimate. After he was done, although Shui Ying's face was red from embarrassment, she was elated from the bottom of her heart. Chen Shang, aren't you letting Yulan and Sha Rong go outside? They have never seen this world before. Shui Ying said. Chapter 2653. Right now, Chen Shang did not know if this place was safe, so he did not dare let Ji Yulan out. Let's talk about it after we return to the Heavenly Dragon City. Chen Shang replied, I don't know what's going on either. Shui Ying put on his clothes and nodded, I really want to go back quickly. Right now, I am the stronger one among the hundreds of Flowers Village. Haha, this little naughty dragon must be in a bad mood. Chen Shang laughed. Yes, that's why she has been in seclusion all these years. It's very rare, Shui Ying laughed. It was rare that she would go into seclusion to cultivate. It could be seen how much she didn't want to fall behind Shui Ying. After teleporting for less than half a day, Chen Shang finally returned to the Heavenly Dragon City. The changes in the Heavenly Dragon City were huge, and there were a large circle of city walls on the outside. The hundreds of Flowers Village was located in an area in the outer circle, and the defenses there were very strong as well. Chen Shang could feel the terrifying barrier just by standing in the air. Shui Yi, bring Yulan and Ji Rong to the hundreds of Flowers Village first. I'll go look for Senior Zhu Xiao first. Chen Shang said. He still had many small dragons in the Yuyao Mountain Villa that he had to give to the dragon race to raise. All right, Shui Ying nodded. Ji Yulan and Lin Zirong came from the Yuyao Mountain Villa, and entered this new world. They looked around curiously, especially when they saw the towering city walls. When they were in the Yuyao Mountain Villa, Yang Shangyan and Chu Hongqing had told them many things about this place. This could also allow them to quickly integrate into the world. Yulan, you will be safe in hundreds of Flowers Village. Don't worry. Chen Shang smiled at Ji Yulan and caressed her dark face. I heard from Shang Yin and the rest, you don't have to worry about me. I still need to learn a lot of things to go to hundreds of Flowers Village. I look forward to it. Ji Yulan smiled lightly. Lin Zirong also couldn't wait. She really wanted to fly. Shui Ying brought the two of them and flew to the hundreds of Flowers Village, while Chen Shang headed to the inner region, the core region of the Heavenly Dragon City. Long Zhu Xiao was very happy when he found out that Chen Shang had returned. He was laughing non-stop in the Grand Hall of the Nine Clouds Dragon Manor. Senior Zhu Xiao, I've brought these brats back from Heavenly Evil World's side. Chen Shang asked Long Run and the other small dragons to come out. Long Jushao was able to tell that these were all small dragons with a single glance, and he was pleasantly surprised by Long Run's ability to see through Long Run's potential. No problem, I will arrange them right now. I will train them well in the future. Long Jushao rubbed the children's heads, then called for an old man to bring the little dragons away. It seems like the situation here wasn't as bad as I thought when I left. On the way here, Chen Shang saw that this city was extremely prosperous. That's only because we have enough power. Evil God Mountain and the rest of the Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family wouldn't dare to come. Go take a look at the other cities, many are ruined. Long Jushao sighed. Of course, that was because the two worlds were suddenly opened dozens of years ago, and the demons that came over at that time had clashed with us, and we had to expend a lot of energy to suppress them. The three great native Benkas were well prepared, and had joined forces with Long Jushao and the forces in the spirit wasteland, which was why they were able to suppress the evil forces of the heavenly evil world. Although the current situation is stable, there will occasionally be some small conflicts. For example, if the evil spirits suddenly lose control, they will go around killing and plundering, so many people don't dare to leave the city right now, because if they meet a demon in the wilderness, they will most likely be attacked. Chen Shang said, Senior, how is your cooperation with Great Landlord going? Is he okay? I want to see him later. Quote. Not bad, this guy is very strong. He has suppressed the group of evil gods several times. Long Jushao laughed. He's also worried about you. There were a few times where he really wanted to look for you himself, but in the end, he was stopped by that little poison woman. Du Xiaoling was also inside the Hundreds of Flowers village at the moment, and it was a very important higher-ups there. Shui Ying had told her about this, and that she would come down. It was also Du Xiaoling's suggestion. After that, Long Jushao chatted with Chen Shang for a while and told him that the Heavenly Dragon City had improved a lot over the past few years. There were many people whose strength was improving especially quickly, and this was mainly thanks to the Hundreds of Flowers village. On the other hand, Chen Shang knew that these girls had comprehended a method from the heavenly alchemy, called heart-connecting refinement, which could let multiple girls combine into one, and then work together to refine a set of extremely difficult pills. Chen Shang had heard Shui Ying say before that these women could use hearts connecting refinement. Being able to get 7 or 8 crashes was already considered strong. Just as Chen Shang and Long Jushao were chatting, Huang Jintian suddenly walked in. Hey, brat, you've returned. You look like you're blushing, and with a glance, you can tell that you've been through a lot of things. Huang Jintian laughed. He was truly worthy of his clever plans, and he was right. Old Yellow, is something the matter? Long Jushao asked. Yes, there is. Heavenly Evil World and the others are here again. They are having a good time outside the city. Xiao Dao and the others' hands are itchy too. They have already started working with them. Huang Jintian said, Little demon, and those wild girls of yours, I think they are going to attack too. What's going on? Heavenly Evil World's forces frequently come to attack the city. Chen Shang asked. That's not it either. They're just making trouble for nothing. All they say is that they want to negotiate with us, but we don't believe their nonsense. Huang Jintian said. Let's go out and take a look. Long Jushao said. Chen Shang and Long Jushao arrived at the top of the city gates of the outer city and saw that there were a lot of people gathered on the empty field in front of the city gates. That brat Huo Lin is also here. Chen Shang laughed. Huo Lin's personality was definitely very compatible with Yun Xiaodao and the others. Yun Xiaodao suddenly shouted, Old Zhu, the opportunity just now was enough to cripple his cultivation. It's such a waste, what a pity. Although they are evil, I am a righteous person and have never used such underhanded methods. Zhu Rong said righteously as he hit her. What nonsense are you saying? It's fine if you are pretending in front of these little girls, but what are you pretending in front of these evil spirits? Yun Xiaodao laughed. After all, he was an old friend of Chen Zhang's. Furthermore, he had always been very hardworking, and had received a lot of pills. At this moment, Chen Shang could not tell what cultivation level he had, but from the strength he was at the 10th level of the Dao sect. Chapter 2654. The one fighting Zhu Rong was a middle-aged man, and he couldn't gain the upper hand for Zhu Rong. Suddenly, due to a moment of carelessness, the injured left shoulder of the middle-aged man reacted slightly slower, and was grabbed by Zhu Rong and ripped off. I've lost, the middle-aged man shouted before hastily retreating from the battlefield, returning to the group of people behind him. Do you have any Dao Sovereign Realm experts on your side? Come here and have a fight with your older sisters. The one who spoke was Mu Chenxiang. She was actually in the Dao sovereign realm, which surprised Chen Shang. Chenxiang, I'm also a Dao sovereign, it's my turn now, you were the one who fought last time. Yun Xiaodao suddenly shouted. You lost last time, so you have to make a move every 2 rounds. Didn't we already say that? Mu Chenxiang laughed. Xiaodao, if your hands are itchy, then you can just fight with me. I can guarantee that you'll have a good fight. Leng Yulan laughed and was about to make his move. Yun Xiaodao anxiously hid behind Ji Dongchen and said, forget it, I will just fight with the little baldy instead. I will not fight with you. Xiao Chou laughed. Xiaodao, you are even afraid of my master's sister, how are you going to compete with my master in the future? Didn't you say that you would beat him? Quote. Who can win against the abnormal elder brother Shen? I was just saying that. Yun Xiaodao curled his lips. Mu Chenxiang held onto a slender sword, slowly floating to the battlefield, waiting for the opponent to come out and fight. Chen Shang had already arrived at the top of the city walls, but he was concealing his presence, so Yun Xiaodao and the others did not know of his arrival. Chen Shang took a look, and saw that it was actually Zhu Hanru and Long Huishan leading the team, as well as little Lizzie, Xiao Baifeng, Shui Ying, who had just returned, brought Lin Zirong and Ji Yulin to watch the show. In addition, there were Feng Wu, Wang Jinxi, Bai Ziqian, LV Kilian, Xiao Yulan and the imperial concubine Lian. These were all members of the hundreds of Flowers Village's war god squads. They were all dressed in battle attire. The Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family is here. Long Jushao suddenly said, seems like we have to play big this time, we just need to watch. I just came back and it's already so lively. Could it be that Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family knows that I'm back? Chen Shang said, Yuan Feng and the other 2 should still be inside Heavenly Evil World fighting. Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family is very concerned about you, and it seems like it's because of your heavenly alchemy, you should not show yourself for the time being. After Long Jushao finished speaking, he immediately teleported over. Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family was Long Jushao's old enemy, he had to personally step in. Ji Dongchen, Wu Keiming, Zhu Kanghai, devil-killing heavenly god and the other rankers from the heavenly dragon city also came out. It seemed that they had experienced this kind of thing before. Master, where is Uncle Master? Chen Shang looked around. This guy is in closed-door training. Hee, it's all because he lost to me last time. Huang Jintian laughed, your little naughty dragon is also a bird. He has been in closed-door cultivation for many years, it is truly rare. The old dragons of the dragon clan have come out. It was Yuei, she could sense Chen Shang, and at this moment, she was already in Chen Zhang's embrace. Chen Shang pinched her 2 times, then laughed, Yuei, did you miss me? I missed you so much, little scoundrel. Yuei giggled, you've been missing for dozens of years, aren't you bored that you lost me? In the past, when Chen Shang had gone into closed-door cultivation, Yuei had always been by his side. Of course, Chen Shang laughed. Yuei laid on top of Chen Zhang's head, looked down at the group of people, and used her little claws to point at the 2 of them as she said, that's my father, that's my grandfather. They were all experts from the Star Moon Divine race, so Chen Shang rarely saw them. Although there was still some distance between them, the white-haired old man had a very dense amount of star power. Little Moon's father was not weak either, and the energy of the stars in his body carried a very arrogant aura. How is it? They are all very powerful, right? Yu said. Yeah, it's very powerful, but it feels a bit weaker than mine. Chen Shang laughed. Yuei and Huang Jintian were slightly surprised. Chen Shang had gone missing for dozens of years, so according to Chen Zhang's speed, his improvement must be extremely fast. However, Yuei and Huang Jintian could not feel any strong aura undulations from his body. Although Chen Shang had only just entered the Dao sovereign realm, his physical body was extremely strong, capable of obtaining the divine golden blood of the Dao, and capable of opening all 10 levels of profound entrances. There were still 8 primordial profound gates, which could release primitive Dao power through all 10 of them. Just how strong are you? Yuei licked Chen Zhang's cheeks. I can't tell. I just stepped into the Dao sovereign realm. Chen Shang said, all right, I'll simply tell you all about the matter of me being in the primitive land. When Chen Shang told Yuei and Huang Jintian, they were extremely shocked. It was because Chen Shang had not stayed long down there, and already had such a cultivation. The time differences between different worlds were also very different, and they were all very familiar with this. Dao Sovereign Realm. Many women in Hundreds of Flowers village had already reached that level. For example, Bing Yan and Janur, who rarely fought, were in the Dao Sovereign stage. After all, the Pill Fragrance Garden belongs to our Hundreds of Flowers village, and pills are our priority. Yu said. Fragrant Pills Garden was where Feng Yuji and the others refined their pills. It was a very important place in the Hundreds of Flowers village, and there were over 100 outstanding alchemists that had already been developed. That's right, I'm also in the Dao Sovereign Realm. The pills I have right now are simply too terrifying. It's easy to get there. That shouldn't be too difficult. However, I can't guarantee that I'll be able to beat that kitten's father and grandfather. Huang Jintian said. Shui Ying had actually told Chen Shang these things before. Because of the multiple refining methods, the medicinal power of the medicinal pellets were very strong. They were not like him who sought to open all the profound entrances, thus it was much easier to advance. The people of Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family had also arrived. The disciples of the Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family were born with profound entrances and were born with profound entrances, thus they were strong, and the evil cultivators of Heavenly Evil World were also like this, all because of the natural law Divine Lord. I say, aren't you all annoying? Come here and cause trouble every few days. Long Jushao bellowed. The voice was filled with deterrence, causing the weaker evil cultivators to all retreat. The Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family had already allied with the Heavenly Evil World, and was now on one side. At this time, Fan Shixin had also rushed over through the Heavenly Dragon City's transmission array. A middle-aged man from Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family laughed. Nothing much, I just feel that you all are living a peaceful life. This is not good for you guys, we are only here to add some liveliness to your life, this is our good intentions. UAA replied. This guy is Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family, the strongest Dao sovereign of the Jin family, his name is Jin En. I did kill 2 of the Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family's holy son of Heaven Wasteland. I wonder if they remember. Chen Shang laughed. Of course. Just as UAA finished speaking, Jin En continued, speaking of which, has Chen Shang really died? For all these years, there hasn't been any news at all. He killed 2 of our Holy Son of Heaven Wasteland's, and even poisoned our Divine Wasteland's envoys. Chapter 2655. Hearing this, Chen Shang could not help but laugh. How did they manage to poison those Divine Wasteland's envoys to death? Huang Jintian made a fortune-telling motion with his fingers, and said, they came to undead divine race to calculate, it's those evil undead divine race, I am a good undead divine race. Why didn't they count me back yet? Chen Shang said. Forget about them, I can't even calculate it now. Last time, Imperial Concubine Lian and Shu Yuking, the cursed witch, teamed up together to figure out which primitive land you were in. Huang Jintian said, this is truly strange, why can't I calculate it out now? Chen Shang felt that this was probably because he was getting stronger and stronger. Although Huang Jintian and the others knew that Chen Shang had stepped into the Dao Sovereign Realm, they were not clear about the terrifying situation inside his body. Only Chen Shang himself was clear about what was going on. Long Jushao sneered, your holy son of Heaven Wasteland's deserve death. If you have the guts, pick a few more. I'll kill them all too. Jin En laughed, that's right, we did pick out a few holy son of Heaven Wasteland's, so we came to find your little brats to practice. I heard that your little brats are itchy too, I think you guys won't refuse, right? Holy son of Heaven Wasteland had to choose after a period of time, and he could only choose one at a time. Later on, with natural law Divine Lord's help, he was able to choose 2, but now he was able to choose a few within a short period of time. Are all of them Dao sovereigns? If not, I'm not interested. Mu Chenxiang said. Of course he's at the Dao sovereign realm. You're Chen Zhang's recognized sister, right? Your power should be pretty good, are you willing to fight? Jin En laughed sinisterly. Of course. Mu Chenxiang was already impatient to take action. Chenxiang, pay attention, don't get injured. Long Jushao had only warned them once, and then, they retreated together, as well as setting up a barrier around them. Shui Ying looked around but she did not see Chen Shang. She frowned slightly as she thought that Chen Shang would come. Leng Yulin already knew that Chen Shang had returned, and she was also looking around. She even asked Shui Ying about it secretly, and Shui Ying did not know where he was right now. Mu Chenxiang had already started fighting with the Holy Son of Heaven Wasteland. Xiao Shang is actually using the god-murdering sword techniques, it's pretty powerful. Chen Shang frowned, doesn't this require the inheritance of the god-killing sword to be used? Wang Jinshi used a secret technique to teach it to her. That is not a problem, but come to think of it, Xiao Shang has mastered it very well. At this moment, she was also dazzled by what she saw. Brat, won't you go up? You should be able to beat this kind of guy, right? Huang Jintian said. This guy, I can kill with a finger. Chen Shang smiled slightly. Don't boast. This is the holy son of heaven wasteland, after all. Yue replied, furthermore, they have that inheritance of heavenly desolate force. That's the most terrifying thing. Even my father would not dare to underestimate a disciple of the heavenly desolate clan who has stepped into the Tao sovereign level. However, in his eyes, it was very weak. He felt that as long as he used the primitive Tao power, he could directly kill the holy son of heaven wasteland with the devil subduing method and the profound gang finger. If Yue and Huang Jintian still felt that Chen Shang was trustworthy after passing through dozens of years, but he was only in primitive land a few months, he would need at least the cultivation of a Tao god to instantly kill a Tao sovereign. Chen Shang also mentioned that he had just stepped into the Tao sovereign realm. Although Mu Chenxiang was using the god-murdering sword techniques, he could not gain the upper hand. The Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family's foundation was still very thick, and with the addition of her strong Tao ability, she was able to open the very wide profound door, so she was very strong. Although Mu Chenxiang's sword technique was sharp, it was very difficult to injure the opponent. There were several chances, but all of them were because of the lack of strength, unable to break through the opponent's defense. After a fierce battle, Mu Chenxiang finally managed to make her spit blood, while she herself was not much better off. Her face was slightly pale, obviously she was injured from the backlash from her opponent's strength. Jin En never thought that a female like Mu Chenxiang would actually be so strong that she would be at the same level as their holy son of heaven wasteland. He immediately told the holy son of heaven wasteland to come back because he was worried that he would be killed again after the tragedy had occurred. I'll do it this time. Huo Lin suddenly walked out, and rubbed his fists together. He was a earthly beast, and was born with a big opening. The other party's Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family did not know of Huo Lin's background, and only knew that he was Chen Zhang's good brother. Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family sent out another holy son of Heaven Wasteland. This one looked a lot bigger than the previous one, but after a few moves, he was engulfed by Huo Lin's fire fist and burned black. His arms were even destroyed by Huo Lin's berserk fire fist. Earthly beast is really strong. Huang Jintian exclaimed, he had almost killed that guy. The other party's holy son of heaven wasteland also ran away quickly, or else he would definitely be killed by Huo Lin. Jin En's face was extremely ugly, the other side was stronger than the last. Although they were on par with Mu Chenxiang previously, they still could not get any benefits from him, and if they continued to fight, one more from their side would definitely die. There were 3 more in Holy Son of Heaven Wasteland, but Jin En did not dare to send them out. He was worried that they would die, and he had underestimated the strength of the Heavenly Dragon City. It's not good to always be a little kid. How about we old guys fight a few moves too? Jin En laughed. A cold-faced man dressed in black suddenly walked out from Heavenly Evil World. Sensing the aura on his body, Chen Shang felt that he was familiar. Long Xuangru and Long Huishan looked at each other, and Long Xuangru nodded at Long Huishan, signaling for her to make her move. Just as Long Huishan walked out, Long Jushao suddenly stopped him and said, "You are not a match for him. He is in the 10th stage of the Tao Sovereign Realm, and he is even in the 1st stage of the Evil Dragon Emperor. From his bloodline, he should be the brother of the Evil Dragon Emperor." The black-clothed man smiled indifferently. Long Jushao, could it be that you want to make a move? Long Jushao was the manager here. Under his management, the Heavenly Dragon City developed very well. If he was injured, it would definitely be an impact to the Heavenly Dragon City. "I'll do it." Chen Shang took Yue with him and teleported to Long Jushao's side. Chen Zhang's sudden appearance shocked everyone. They were happy that Chen Shang was back, but to have Chen Shang fight against such a strong evil dragon surprised them. "Chen Shang." Jin En's face changed as he shouted. "Who are you? How do you know me?" Chen Shang smiled slightly. "Although I do not recognize you, but I do know that you are from the Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family. Are you tired of living?" "Evil Dragon Holy King, this is Chen Shang. He should have been sent to Heavenly Evil Abyss, but who would have thought he would be able to get here?" Jin En said. Evil Dragon Holy King summoned a black sword and looked at Chen Shang. "You really want to fight me? You have the ability to do so. Or are you tired of living?" Quote. Long Huishan walked up, originally wanting to pull Chen Shang back, because she had just gotten back from danger and wanted to fight with such a powerful fellow. However, after thinking for a bit, she didn't pull Chen Xiang back. Although she was not clear about Chen Zhang's abilities, she understood Chen Xiang, and never did anything without confidence. Chapter 2656. The people of Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family were instantly enraged. They wanted to kill Chen Xiang immediately. They still remember very clearly that Chen Xiang had killed their two outstanding Holy Son of Heaven Wastelands back then. Evil Dragon Holy King had heard of many of Chen Zhang's stories and were very interested in him. Although Chen Xiang was very famous, he didn't think that Chen Xiang had the power to defeat him. Although dozens of years had passed, Evil Dragon Holy King had a deep understanding of the primitive land below. He had calculated the time just now, and the time Chen Xiang spent below was not even a year yet. It was impossible to have any improvement in 1 year, let alone the fact that dozens of years had passed. Right, who are you, an Evil Dragon Prince? Chen Xiang suddenly asked. Evil Dragon Prince had already died in his Chuangshi God furnace. You, could it be that you were the one who killed him? Evil Dragon Holy King was instantly enraged. When he went to hunt for Swordwing Tiger back then, he had never returned. Hearing Chen Zhang's question, Evil Dragon Holy King's face changed. It was actually Chen Xiang who killed them. That's right, I originally thought that he was very strong, but I never expected him to be so weak. Right now, you look just like that guy. Chen Xiang summoned his heavenly magic sword. Although the Evil Dragon Holy King in front of him was of the 10th stage of the Tao Sovereign Realm, he was an evil dragon, and his body was filled with evil demon power. And Chen Zhang's power in training was precisely used to restrain this power, so he held the upper hand in this aspect. Originally, I was very interested in you and didn't want to kill you. Since you killed my nephew, today, I must take your life. Unless you dare to fight with me, I will definitely kill you. Evil Dragon Holy King enunciated every word, filled with rage. Then let's not waste time, I want to see how strong you are, boasting shamelessly here. Chen Xiang held the heavenly magic sword, and teleported to the battlefield where the barrier was located. Many people behind Chen Xiang were secretly worried. They knew that Chen Xiang was strong, but the opponent was after all, an Evil Dragon Holy King, and he was the younger brother of the Evil Dragon Emperor. Furthermore, he was favored by the natural law Divine Lord, and was very strong. Although they were worried about Chen Xiang, they were very confident in him. Evil Dragon Holy King, if possible, try not to kill him. Jin En suddenly said, no matter what, we will capture him today, you should know how important he is. Evil Dragon Holy King took a deep breath and nodded. The importance of Chen Xiang lay in the heavenly alchemy that he was cultivating. That was a divine art that even the divine wastelands had gone extinct in, and that was what natural law Divine Lord wanted right now. If they could bring Chen Xiang back and interrogate them about the heavenly alchemy, they would all get rich rewards. Although the Evil Dragon Holy King was angry, he did not lose his reason. As long as they could capture Chen Xiang and force him to reveal the heavenly alchemy, it would not be too late to kill him in the future. So even if I win today, do you guys still want to fight here? Chen Xiang looked at Jin En. If it was in the past, he would definitely be very wary of a powerhouse like Jin En who was at the 9th or 10th level of the Tao Sovereign Realm. But now, he wasn't afraid at all. This was all because he had gained another powerful strength, causing him to be filled with confidence. His words just now contained a faint, powerful aura that caused even Jin En to feel somewhat terrified. After all, it has been a long time since we in the Heavenly Dragon City have had a head-on battle. Today, everyone is here, so it's not a big deal if we have a big fight. Jin En looked at Long Juxiao and the others. There were quite a few people, and they were all experts. What's more was that at the entrance of the Heavenly Dragon City, there were still many rankers that had yet to come out, so Jin En was not very confident at the moment. He had already secretly sent word to get the rankers on his side to come and reinforce them. In terms of aura, their side was inferior, which was very disadvantageous for their side. In order to increase their aura, Jin En boasted. Don't think that just because you have more people, I will be afraid of you. We are from the Desolate God clan, and although you guys are stronger than us humans, compared to us, the noble race of the Desolate God clan, you guys are just bullsh**. Jin En sneered, then looked towards Evil Dragon Holy King and said, Brother Xie Long, although we can't kill this brat, but let him suffer a bit, just use all of your tormenting methods on him. Chen Xiang stretched his back and said, are you done yet? Luo Li, just wait a while. Even if you don't attack us, I will definitely exterminate this prideful heavenly desolate god clan of yours. Let's see who's the one that isn't right. Quote. As Chen Shang was speaking, the evil dragon Holy King suddenly turned into a black mist, and in the blink of an eye, it had enveloped Chen Shang. After the black mist that shrouded Chen Shang dissipated, there were a few black vines wrapped around his body. It looked like many skinny dragon claws that were entwined together, tightly locking Chen Shang up. Evil Dragon Holy King's voice suddenly came out, his long sword had already reached Chen Zhang's chest. Everyone was shocked, they thought that Chen Zhang's chest was going to be pierced, but when Evil Dragon Holy King's sword touched Chen Zhang's chest, the black sword tip was covered by a layer of golden mist. You want to stop me with such little tricks? He is underestimating me too much. While Chen Shang was speaking, his body flashed, and all of the black vines wrapped around his body disappeared, the heavenly magic sword in his hands had already pierced out. Although Evil Dragon Holy King was shocked, his reaction was extremely quick. His body turned into black mist, dodging Chen Zhang's sword, and then suddenly appeared beside Chen Shang, slashing horizontally at Chen Zhang's waist. You want to defeat me like this? Chen Zhang's body shook for a moment, then 8 primitive Dao powers from the primordial profound gate surged out, and then, passed through the 10-layered profound gates, and poured into his body. Boom! Chen Zhang's body erupted with a burst of rumbling thunder, the power was exploding in Chen Zhang's body, coming out from the pores of his body, forming a powerful force, which surrounded Chen Zhang's body. When Evil Dragon Holy King's sword touched the force, it was immediately repelled away and flew out of his hand. Evil Dragon Holy King, there are so many evil forces inside your body, and I just so happen to be your nemesis. You still want to catch me alive, you are simply boasting shamelessly. With a teleportation, Chen Shang arrived behind Evil Dragon Holy King. His heavenly magic sword had already been absorbed into his body, flowed to his 2 fists, and transformed into Slaughter God's hand. The shock in Evil Dragon Holy King's heart, the burst of energy that Chen Shang had just released had truly scared him. He did not dare believe that Chen Shang would actually become so strong under the primitive land. Feeling that the force was right behind him, he wanted to immediately dodge, but just as he turned into the black fog, he suddenly couldn't move. Even if he turned into the black fog, he was still locked in one area and couldn't rush out. He had already been frozen in place by Chen Shang using the power of space. Chen Zhang's power of space had passed through 10 layers of profound entrances, its might was limitless, it wouldn't be difficult to stop this Evil Dragon Holy King at all. Humph! Chen Shang groaned, his god-killing fist had already landed on Evil Dragon Holy King's face. Even though it had turned into mist, after being punched by Chen Shang, he immediately reverted back to his original form. Otherwise, he would die more easily, because his atomized state made him die more easily. Chapter 2657. Long Jushao's strength was beyond their expectations. They knew that Chen Shang would definitely be able to win against Evil Dragon Holy King, but they never thought that he would be able to suppress her so quickly. Boom! Chen Zhang's explosive fist strike landed on Evil Dragon Holy King's face, causing a series of explosions. This was the devil subduing method. Didn't you want to kill me? Don't you think I'm bullshit? Then what are you? Chen Zhang's fist directly struck towards the Evil Dragon Holy King's mouth that was about to scream, causing all his teeth to crumble and blood to flow unceasingly. Stop! Jin En suddenly rushed over. Just as he arrived, Chen Shang took Evil Dragon Holy King and teleported to the sky, using the White Tiger to jump out. He is the younger brother of the Evil Dragon Emperor. Just as Jin En finished speaking, Chen Shang chopped off Evil Dragon Holy King's head with a sword and then smashed a fist onto his body. Fresh blood violently gushed out from Evil Dragon Holy King's body and sprinkled onto his and the group of evil forces like rain. The black and stinky blood drenched the evil, making those people feel disgusted. At this moment, they were even more furious, their great general had been killed just like that. Of course, this also frightened them. Chen Zhang's strength was actually that terrifying, a 10th stage Dao Sovereign Evil Dragon Holy King was killed so easily. HMPH. I said it before, these evil spirits aren't even worth a single blow in my eyes. Although they're only of the 10th level of the Dao Sovereign Realm, because of the restraint of my power, they're only of the 1st level of the Dao Sovereign Realm. A few moves can kill them. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he took out a small seal. This seal looked very ordinary, but Shui Ying and Lin Zirong, who were below, knew how terrifying it was. This is an Emperor seal. At that moment, Chen Shang immediately used the strongest sound transmissions he had on Long Jushao, Ju Hanru, and the others, telling them to set up an enchantment so that they could defend themselves against the power that would burst out later. Otherwise, the waves that would come later would destroy the outer city of Heavenly Dragon City. Long Jushao and the others worked together and soon created a barrier. They already knew what Chen Shang was going to do next. What are you doing? Jin An had also detected the movements of Long Jushao and the others, and had actually set up a large barrier to protect the Heavenly Dragon City behind them. So, do you think you can go back after causing trouble this time? With me, Chen Shang, here, you guys can forget about leaving this place alive. But I can send you all to see that darn natural law Divine Lord, no need to thank me. Quote. Chen Shang used all his might to grab onto the Emperor's seal and imprint onto the group of people who were being poured with the stinky dragon blood. Roar! A crazed dragon's roar suddenly exploded, shaking the earth and causing it to shake violently. The surrounding mountains were not destroyed by the shockwave, but were directly smashed to pieces by the sonic wave. Roar! Roar! A dragon roared without end, its entire body shining with golden light. It was solemn, carrying an incomparable might as it charged downwards. Boom! As the huge dragons pressed down, many people spat out blood from the pressure. Some even fell onto the ground, and as they were torn apart by the pressure, the earth rumbled and split into pieces. Boom! The colossal dragon collided with the ground, and a powerful golden light burst out, like a raging roar of the blazing sun. The heavens collapsed, as if thousands of stars had gathered and crashed into each other. Ah! 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 Miserable screams rang out unceasingly. Although the cries were loud, no one heard them. Furthermore, the screams did not last long before those people were completely gone. Only after an entire hour had passed did he gradually recover. Everyone's faces turned white. Even though they were experts here and even though they had powerful enchantments to protect themselves, they were still intimidated by the boundless might. It was as if the world was flipped upside down. The area that was originally flat ground was now filled with huge rocks. The mountains that were originally continuous before were now completely raised flat ground. Some places even had deep cracks on them. The people from Heaven Wasteland aristocratic family were all gone, they were all dead. Chen Shang slowly descended, his clothes fluttering with the wind, his face carrying a faint smile. At the moment he still had a calm and relaxed appearance, he did not look like he had just killed a group of strong evil demons. This fellow, Lin Zirong looked at Chen Shang, not knowing what to feel. She felt that even she was not a match for Chen Shang right now. At this moment, everyone was shocked speechless by Chen Zhang's power. This power had already far surpassed them. In the entire natural law world, he was definitely an existence which seemed to be an overlord. Everyone can go back now, I'll go talk to Great Landlord. Chen Shang said, then disappeared with a teleport. Long Huishan laughed out loud, this brat is still the same as before. When he attacks, he's always so shocking. Anyway, with him here, we are not afraid of the evil god mountain attacking us. He should be worried about the evil god mountain. Quote. Everyone returned to the Heavenly Dragon City. The defenses of the Heavenly Dragon City were still very strong, and in the undulations just now, she was still safe and sound. The people outside the barrier of the Heavenly Dragon City were completely unrecognizable. Chen Shang had already arrived at the Sacred Wasteland and found the Great Landlord. The Sacred Wasteland was originally an independent space, but now, it had already fused with the natural law world. Great Landlord, long time no see. Chen Shang suddenly appeared in Great Landlord's study room. At this time, Great Landlord was also reading an ancient book. Chen Shang, Great Landlord laughed heartily and stroked his beard, I knew that you would definitely be able to return. Right, there was quite a commotion just now, what exactly happened? Fan Shixin didn't ask me for help. It's nothing, I was just killing a bunch of bastards that come to the Heavenly Dragon City's gate all day long to cause trouble. Chen Shang smiled slightly. It's all gone. Great Landlord was shocked. It seems your strength has increased quite a bit, I really can't tell what kind of people you've killed. He's a guy who claims to be a evil dragon holy king, and he's also called Jin An. Since they're all dead, it doesn't matter what they call him anymore. Chen Shang waved his hands, he sat on a chair and started flipping through an ancient book. Great Landlord took a deep breath, good boy, you have annihilated them all. Fine, Since these guys are always here every 2 or 3 days, and since Zhu Xiao and the others can't do anything about it, if they really fight, it won't be good for Zhu Xiao and the rest either. This is also because they don't have enough strength. But now, you probably don't have to be afraid of them anymore. Later, you and I will go to the Evil God Mountain and level that mountain. Quote. Chen Shang laughed, why don't we go now? A voice suddenly came from outside, no need to go, Evil God Mountain is already flat, haha. The Yuan Feng who spoke. Great Landlord was shocked, and after sensing a bit, said. Isn't this natural law divine spirit and Earth's core divine spirit? What's wrong with all of you? You actually dare to flatten the Evil God Mountain. Quote. Of course they didn't have that kind of strength, but Wan Yushang did, and Wan Yushang was one of the disciples of one of the natural law divine lords back then, so he was very strong. Chapter 2658. Chen Shang knew that Yuan Feng and the others had gone to the Evil God Mountain to cause trouble, but he never thought that it would be settled so quickly. Don't call me natural law divine spirit, I'm Yuan Feng now. Old Qian, are you enjoying your life now? Yuan Feng walked into the study room and laughed. I'm Yuan Xin. Yuan Xin cupped his hands towards Great Landlord. Wan Yushang. Great Landlord looked at Chen Shang, as if he understood what was going on. Alright, how did you manage to escape the restraints of that kind of power? The Great Landlord said. The restrictions on the Great Landlord wasn't that strong, but it prevented him from being promoted and he couldn't leave the natural law world. That was why he had been trying to find a way to do so these past few years. Now that he saw that Yuan Xin and Yuan Feng could get rid of them, he really wanted to know why. He had also went to find Du Xiaoling and had asked him to help him before, but he couldn't succeed. That brat helped me. If we didn't suddenly get dragged into the heavenly evil abyss, he would have come back to help you. Yuan Feng laughed. Chen Shang took out a few pills condensed from primitive Dao power and threw them to Great Landlord, saying, this is the pill they are using. The primitive Dao power was extremely hard to obtain for the people here, but Chen Shang had an endless number of them. Primitive Dao power. This is a pellet condensed from the primitive Dao power. Great Landlord's body trembled, his body was shaking, this was too rare for him. And the seal within his soul required a large amount of primitive Dao power to be unsealed. This kid has primitive Dao power all over his body, if not he would not be so terrifying. I really don't know how he cultivates. Yuan Feng sighed. I am an alchemist. When I was cultivating the gate of heavenly mystery, I collected a large amount of primitive Dao power from those black hairs human-s and then used my alchemy skills to refine a pellet that contains a large amount of primitive Dao power. After consuming the pellet, I would cultivate up to the primordial profound gate and then have an endless supply of primitive Dao power. Chen Shang laughed. Hearing Chen Zhang's words, the Great Landlord thought about it carefully and then shook again. I remember that your profound door was completely opened. If you use the primitive Dao power to pass through the profound door, then wouldn't it be very strong? No, it requires a very strong physical body. Could it be that your physical body is also very strong? Chen Shang smiled and nodded. Now, all I need to do is cultivate my Dao God soul to the great perfection level and I will be able to step into the Dao God stage. Great Landlord sighed and nodded. You know how to refine such a strong pill, that's how great it feels. Oh right, what conditions do you need to go to Divine Wasteland for? Chen Shang asked. Although our current strength can suppress the forces of evil, but if we do not take care of it completely, we will come back in the future. Everyone here understood what Chen Shang meant. If they wanted to solve the problems of this world, they had to go to the Divine Wasteland and kill the only person that was in charge of this world. Killing Natural Law Divine Lord required a lot of strength, but Great Landlord felt that Chen Shang was qualified. To go to the Divine Wasteland, you have to first wait. Wait patiently until the moment of solar eclipse. At that time, you can open the tunnel and enter the Divine Wasteland. The Great Landlord said, although we can enter from the myriad gods abyss, that road isn't easy. That's right, when I first came down, I was already half dead and had yet to recover. So I had no choice but to not take the myriad gods abyss route. Wan Yushang said. Great Landlord still doesn't know Wan Yushang's identity. He looked at Wan Yushang curiously, and Chen Shang immediately introduced him to Wan Yushang. Looks like we'll have to wait for now. Chen Shang said. That's right, I am only a Dao Lord now, can I go to Divine Wasteland? With your strength, this shouldn't be a problem. Great Landlord said, but, you need to understand clearly that when you go to a world of higher levels, you will always be at the middle and lower levels. Quote. Wan Yushang understood this point very well, and said, "It is indeed so, but you don't have to worry. The divine wasteland is also filled with powers, you can just find someone to rely on, and at that time, I will go with Chen Shang." "Alright, while we wait for the eclipse, let's clean up the evil forces here," Chen Shang said. "Leave it to us." Yuan Feng laughed. "Anyway, I have been very idle these days." Yuan Feng dragged Wan Yushang along with him and went to find the evil forces to destroy everything. If he couldn't beat them himself, Wan Yushang would help him. Great Landlord would go into seclusion to refine the primitive Dao Power Pill. Under Yuan Feng's guidance, Chen Shang found the island his father was on. Shen Tianyu was the island master now, so he managed this island well. Furthermore, the power of the island spirit was becoming more and more terrifying. Previously, Feng Yuji was the one who brought Chen Shang here, and later on, Feng Yuji himself came many times, as he came to collect medicinal ingredients. This island is very stable now, not like how it used to be. Shen Tianyu entertained Chen Shang. He was Chen Zhang's father, so Feng Yuji and the others frequently brought pills here. Therefore, Shen Tianyu's cultivation was also very high. "Dad, your life is pretty good. This island is so magical. It's almost like a kingdom, and it can fly all over the place. The plants here can grow quickly." Chen Shang laughed. "Brat, is Yu Jia really your woman? Does Shen Xian have any objections?" Shen Tianyu asked softly. Because the people on the island did not go out much, Shen Tianyu did not really understand much about the matters outside, especially the matters regarding Chen Shang. "That's what she told you?" Chen Shang asked. "Yes, she brought a few girls and called me daddy. They are all so beautiful. Did you use some underhanded method?" Shen Tianyu drank the wine with a face full of doubt. "No, you don't have that much confidence in your son." Chen Shang curled his lips. "Hee, looks like this is true. But then again, you have so many women, why don't you have any children?" Shen Tianyu continued, "It's been so many years, I really want to hug my grandson." Chen Shang picked his ears and laughed. "Father, what are you so anxious about? It's not a peaceful time right now. Wait till I settle down. Hee, I'm worried that you won't be able to come over with me when you carry me." "With these words of yours, I can feel at ease." Shen Tianyu laughed. Chen Shang took out some medicinal ingredients and told them to give them to Shen Tianyu to grow. All these years, the pill-fragrant garden in Hundreds of Flowers village was created because of the large amount of medicinal ingredients obtained from there. Only now did he return to the Hundreds of Flowers village to look for Shui Shenxian. Every time he returned to the Hundreds of Flowers village, he would first go find Shui Shenxian and the others. "Yu Qing, this girl, she has created so many curse traps." Chen Shang accidentally stepped on a trap and his leg became a block of wood. Luckily his primitive Dao power was strong enough to directly force out the curse. "I knew you would come at this time." Shu Yuqing walked out of the house, and laughed, "This is I trying to test your little test." In the past, the moment Chen Shang entered the courtyard, he could feel the busy atmosphere. But this was not the case now, as he had seen several women quietly reading in the hall, he did not know what they were reading. Chen Shang took out the Emperor Seal as, wanting Shui Shenxian and the others to study them and see what secrets they were hiding. Chapter 2659. After Chen Shang used the Emperor Seal to eliminate those who came to cause trouble, Leng Yulan ran over excitedly to tell Shui Shenxian about them. So when Chen Shang took out the Emperor Seal, Shui Shenxian and the others immediately walked over. "Is it this little seal? It can release such a powerful force and easily kill so many experts." Lu Meng'er received it and looked at it carefully. She looked at it for a while as if she could not see anything, then passed it to Shui Shenxian. Dongfang Xinyue and Dongfang Jing came closer to observe little seal's exterior, but did not discover any spirit grain. In the end they could only use their consciousness to observe the inside. Chen Shang then carried Shu Yuqing and sat on a chair, allowing her to sit on his lap while teasing her. "Little scoundrel." Shu Yuqing felt that Chen Zhang's hand was naughtily reaching over, so he smilingly slapped it away and then jumped down from the bed and ran over to Lu Meng'er's side. Lu Meng'er pouted at Chen Shang and then walked over to pinch Chen Zhang's ears. Chen Shang held her in his arms, feeling around and feeling that she had eaten a lot of tofu. "There's something," Shui Shenxian suddenly shouted. "Elder sister Meng'er, come take a look." Lu Meng'er hurried over, only to see Shui Shenxian's finger condensing a golden dewdrop, which dripped onto the Emperor Seal. "What is this? Is it blood?" Chen Shang was shocked. The blood looked extremely similar to the golden blood of the god. Of course not, this is a special kind of energy, this seal requires an ability to activate, even if I told you, you wouldn't understand. Shui Shenxian said. After that she condensed a few more golden dewdrops, and placed them on top of the emperor seal. Chen Shang watched carefully from the side, only to see a faint light leaking out of the emperor seal, and slowly, the entire emperor seal was enveloped by this light. The golden glow grew brighter and brighter, becoming denser and denser, causing Shui Shenxian's jade hands to seem as if they were holding a gold shiny jewel. After a moment, the golden light outside the emperor seal disappeared, and the emperor seal became transparent like a crystal. What's going on? Chen Shang saw that there was a golden pearl in the middle of the transparent emperor seal. What is that bead? Dongfang Jing frowned and asked. There is such a frightening power. I don't know. It looks like something that's been sealed inside. The outer layer of the crystal is also very profound. Although there is a very strong thing sealed inside, it can control that thing very well and let it release a very strong power. Lu Meng'er said. It seems like we need to take a closer look and see if we can get a wisp of divine soul to infiltrate inside. Shui Shenxian said. I'll go with you and have a look. 2 wisps of divine soul can help each other. Lu Meng'er said. Shui Shenxian nodded, then they sat down and placed the emperor seal on the table. Her jade-like fingers lightly touched the emperor seal, closed her eyes, and released a wisp of divine soul to probe inside. Jing Jing, stay here and look at Shenxian and elder sister Meng'er. Chen Shang snickered, then pulled Dongfang Xinyue and Shu Yuqing along as they teleported into the room. Dongfang Jing muttered coquettishly, big brother scoundrel, of course she knew what Chen Shang was doing, and her face couldn't help but turn red. Shu Yuqing and Dongfang Xinyue were brought into the room, and they lightly punched Chen Shang, but their clothes had unwittingly fallen off, and started to turn the tables with Chen Shang. When Lu Meng'er and Shui Shenxian woke up, they both shook their heads. Jing Jing, where are your brother and your aunt? Lu Meng'er had just finished asking this question, when she thought of something and scoffed at him. This little scoundrel is really something. Come, let's go teach him a good lesson. Shui Shenxian let out a charming snort, and walked into the room while pulling Lu Meng'er along with her. Dongfang Jing had kissed her before, and even seen her body before. Although he had accepted her as his recognized sister, she actually liked Chen Shang a lot. She was at a loss for a moment, bit her lips, and walked out of the small villa to look for Leng Yulin and Mu Chenxiang. Quiet. Leng Yulin and Mu Chenxiang were discussing about battle skills in the same courtyard when Dongfang Jing suddenly walked in. Right, have you seen your brother yet? Mu Chenxiang asked. I see it, this guy is currently with. I'm sleeping on a bed with elder sister Meng'er and the others. Dongfang Jing stuck out his tongue. Hearing that, Leng Yulin snorted. Damn it, he helped us little sisters to no avail. Mu Chenxiang laughed. Then what about it, why don't the 3 of us take him down? Done. Alright, let's do it. Jing Jing, do you dare? Leng Yulin said. She did not hide her feelings for Chen Shang. At that time, Chen Shang had also kissed her a few times, but back then she did not understand. Now that she knew, she kept it in her heart. Do you really want to do this? Dongfang Jing said in a low voice. We are not his blood-related sister. When this scoundrel took us in as his recognized sister, he was already uneasy and kind, bullying us for being simple. Leng Yulin said. Okay, second sister, you plan. Dongfang Jing's face was flushed, but Leng Yulin and Mu Chenxiang didn't look anything like before. Chen Shang did not know when he would return to the divine wasteland, so he planned to warm and nurture his beloved woman before he left. After an entire night, Chen Shang was already satisfied. He hugged Shui Shenxian in one hand and the emperor seal in the other, as he looked at the golden pearl inside. Just what is this? Could it be a pill? Chen Shang frowned. You'll know once you use your divine soul to look inside. In short, we can't say for sure, but our divine soul seeped in, and we didn't discover anything. Lu Meng'er said. Shu Yuqing received it and said, I will use my curse power to see. After a moment, Shu Yuqing's face revealed a look of confusion. This seems to be a pill, but there are a lot of strange powers on top of this pill, including the power of the curse. Anyway, the thing inside is sealed, so there's no mistake about it. Shu Yuqing returned the emperor seal back to Chen Shang. Looks like I have to test it myself. Chen Shang said. He kept the emperor seal and planned to find a quiet place to try it himself. Dong dong dong. Suddenly, Someone knocked heavily on the door. Are you guys done yet? It was Leng Yulin's voice. Brother, I have something to talk to you about. Chen Shang hastily put on his clothes, and then teleported to the hall. Looking at Leng Yulin, he smiled. Yulan, what's the matter? It's been a long time since our little sisters have gathered with you. Chen Xiang has made a lot of delicious food, let's hurry up and go. Leng Yulin pulled Chen Shang and ran towards their house. Chen Shang was naturally very willing to be with his few pretty and cute little sisters. He felt that it was true as well, as he hadn't played around with them much these past few years. Chapter 2660. Chen Shang followed Leng Yulin to their house and entered a pathway. Will a dinner be held in the secret chamber? Chen Shang was a little doubtful. Here's a surprise for you. Leng Yulin said casually, although she was the same big and tall, but she had a lot of experience in the human world, and a lot of clever ideas. If you tell me there's a surprise, then won't you let me know? Then what's a surprise? Chen Shang laughed. Brother, I can assure you that you won't be able to guess what kind of surprise this might be. Leng Yulin smiled mysteriously, and his smile was very cunning. Chen Shang was already prepared to be tricked. He felt that being teased by these girls did not matter, as long as they were happy, he would not lose anything. Just like this, he followed Leng Yulin into a secret room. Inside was pitch black, and the moment he entered, he could feel a few auras. Chen Xiang and Jingjing are here, and Lingling. Shen Lingling was also a very doting person. He would usually follow Long Huishan, so it was impossible for him to see her often. However, she was also very happy that Leng Yulin was able to get her to come. The dark secret room suddenly lit up. A white figure pounced over. It was Mu Chenxiang, and he was not wearing any clothes. Chen Shang was immediately stunned. Before he could even react, Mu Chenxiang had already thrown him onto the ground, and the ground was extremely soft. What are you guys doing? Chen Shang didn't know why, but his body suddenly became powerless, as though he was poisoned. However, he possessed the body of impenetrable, so it would be difficult for him to be poisoned. Only now did he realize that the delicate fragrance was very familiar. It was actually LV Qinlian's love poison. However, he had never known that emotional poison could have this kind of effect. It could make his entire body weak and evil. Brother, hee. Leng Yulin kissed his earlobe, and continued to tease him while Leng Yulin took off her clothes. Little scoundrel, Shen Lingling laughed. She was extremely charming. She was not like this in the past, but she was obviously affected by the goblins. It's over. When Chen Shang saw the clothes on Dongfang Jing's body sliding down, he sighed in his heart. When he saw Leng Yulin and Mu Chenxiang's tiger-like expressions, he knew that even if he said anything, it would not be able to stop what happened next. Sure enough, Chen Shang was tormented like this for an entire day and night. The next morning, Chen Shang took great pains to recover his vitality. He was glad that he managed to cultivate the Tao God Gold body, otherwise, it would not be tormenting. All of you are really messing around. Chen Shang snorted. HMPH, acting good even after getting a bargain. Leng Yulin ruthlessly pinched his soft waist. But, however, this is rather useless for a man like me. If I were to say it out loud, I will be laughed to death. Chen Shang rolled his eyes at her. All right, we promise not to speak of it. Leng Yulin said while laughing, and then he helped Chen Shang up. You damn girls, you're underestimating me too much. I can still leave. Chen Shang scolded her with a smile. After walking out of the secret room and arriving at the top of the stairs, they had all been busy with their own matters, as if nothing had happened, while Chen Shang had come to LV Qilian's place. Sister Qinlian, you're here too. Chen Shang suddenly thought back to yesterday's incident with the love poison. The love poison in Leng Yulin's hands was very strange. He had forgotten to ask even if it made his entire body weak. LV Qinlian's nose wrinkled, as if he had smelled Chen Zhang's scent. His face was also filled with an ambiguous smile, as if he knew something. LV Qilian didn't know, but she already knew about the relationship between Chen Shang and LV Qinlian, so she didn't say anything. Little scoundrel, were you happy yesterday? LV Qinlian smiled and asked. Very happy. Chen Shang purposely revealed a happy smile. LV Qinlian stuck out his tongue at him and then left. Oh right, Sister Qilian, have you guys cultivated the ancient code and mysterious gate yet? Chen Shang asked. What's wrong? LV Qilian nodded his head. I have long since cultivated it. I am already at the 9th level of the Tao Sovereign, but I am definitely not your match. That's right, I've already opened all my doors. How many have you opened? Chen Shang asked again. So it's like that. No wonder your Dao power is so frightening. I can only use this kind of skill for 70% of the time, LV Kilian said as she faintly smiled. I'm not as strong as you. Sister Kilian, do you think that we can change the profound laws here? Chen Shang said. What I am using is not any ordinary Dao power, but a primitive Dao power. The reason why I am so strong is not only because my profound door is completely open. Chen Shang picked LV Kilian up and allowed her to cuddle in his embrace. Then, he told LV Kilian about his cultivation situation. After hearing it, LV Kilian immediately understood Chen Zhang's intentions. If he wanted to become stronger, then he would have to change the ancient code's profound door that she had cultivated right now, into the primordial profound gate. For you guys, you don't need to be like me, 8 primordial mysterious gates. One is enough, it can allow you to crush your opponents at the same level. Chen Shang caressed her pretty face and laughed. You are the big sister, so you have to try it yourself. If you succeed, then let your little sisters cultivate first. HMPH, return my little sister. Don't think that I don't know that you are secretly eating in my Hundreds of Flowers village. My Hundreds of Flowers village is your big harem. LV Kilian pinched Chen Shang and pouted. Damn little scoundrel, I know everything. LV Kilian was taking off Chen Zhang's clothes, but after seeing that Chen Shang was not taking the initiative anymore, he chuckled. Have you guys been tormented by those girls? Now do you know fear? Quote. Alright, it's worth it even if I die. Chen Shang laughed bitterly. Chen Shang gave LV Kilian quite a few primitive Dao power pills. She wanted to see if she could cultivate a primordial profound gate, and if she succeeded, let her teach Su Meiyao and the others, and then let all the alchemists in the Pill Fragrance Garden learn it. Then, they would be able to extract and refine a large number of primitive Dao power pills on their own, and spread them throughout the entire Heavenly Dragon City. Chen Shang took out the Emperor Seal from LV Kilian's secret room. If not for Leng Yulin and the rest delaying him, he would have tried to enter the Emperor Seal. Maybe only I can go in and take a look, because I have already fused with the Emperor Seal. Chen Shang closed his eyes and released a strand of Divine Soul, allowing the Divine Soul to enter the pearl in the middle of the Emperor Seal. After entering, he quickly found the problem. The defense of the outer layer of the crystal is very strong. No wonder Meng and the others couldn't enter. It was blocked by a very strong barrier. That barrier must have come from the bead. Chen Shang guessed, and then he used the white tiger to jump, instantly crossing the barrier. After passing through the barrier, he could clearly feel how powerful that bead was. The golden pearl in front of his eyes was like a huge golden sun, emitting waves of intense light and scorching power. Come in. Suddenly, a voice resonated, causing Chen Shang to be shocked. His divine soul was almost scattered.